Don't actually know how fitting it is, but yes. Seems like it would be around a good time for me to begin speaking while this song comes on. But yes, hello. Hello to whosoever may listen, and welcome back to what I suppose is about to turn into a continuation of this game, which I played for the last time, like, pretty sure more than a week ago at this point, nearly 2 weeks ago. Owing to the fact that, well, I don't know, it felt like 2 weeks, maybe I'm just completely wrong. I think I'm right. Am I right? I don't remember how to keep dates. I'm pretty sure I was right. Okay, so yeah, I came back on the 8th, I didn't leave on the 8th. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that since I have been since at least the 8th, in one place continually for at least 2 weeks. That means that it makes sense that I would remember that those 2 weeks would be devoted to me not being able to maintain a reasonable sleep cycle, and therefore it would make sense for me to assume that the entirety of the past week was basically me not doing anything and just being up at terrible hours. But now that is not quite true anymore. Man. So it's time for me to actually press buttons and see what happens. And see if I can actually get something done. Well, I did get something done, at least this past couple of days I've been able to get something done. Get stuff done, not just one thing that's unrelated to stream, but, you know, same difference. So boy, I'm gonna have to switch this back and forth between the 2 resolutions to get the sound to come back, though. It's pretty typical. I see Mike is stream today and your stream before he starts. Can't wait for Mike's stream to quit my job and drop those skills so I can watch more of them. Yeah, well, I mean, that makes the same amount of difference now, doesn't it? I know what sentences I am speaking, don't I? But welcome, the folks. Welcome to today's edition of... I should probably drink more water before I begin. I should probably make sure I don't smack the microphone arm while I stretch my arm forward towards my desk so I can actually grab the water. I should probably ensure I have enough water that it doesn't run out over the course of the stream, but oh well. But anyhow, let's see. I have a video game before me, don't I? I have a chance to express surprise at your relief. The fact that I still cannot account for that one blank save file that completely disappeared. I'm still kind of mystified by that, but I am at least able to express relief at the fact that, you know, this actual save file that I'm playing on has not yet disappeared. But yes, we are in Chapter 7 of this game. We just begun it. Means that we are nearly... well, we are 6/8 done with the game, and soon we will be 7/8 done. Let's see. Let's look around this place, which has a mysterious substance called snow, which is completely alien to me, which does not provide me with solace, but anyway. This penguin, who I am vaguely sure, or vaguely certain, has a design that also comes from, like, Yoshi's Island. Like so many other things in this game, I get pretty sure that I've been commenting on that throughout, but penguin likes to gossip where it goes outside the city, though. Just wonders how it's around here where it's safe. I don't even know if I commented on that particular example in a moment, but I'm pretty sure the mouse people from, like, the desert are also originally from from Yoshi's Island. I don't know if, like, the penguins, there was like a penguin creature specifically in Yoshi's Island, but I'm pretty sure there were, like, some avian creatures that had that kind of cartoony specific design. look precisely like this. It occurs to me that I didn't actually speak to the thing. Hold on. Said there's a really bizarre guy around here the other day. He was shouting like, "Oh, it's freezing." I was also going, "No, Mario." Oh. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure I know what some of the progression is gonna be in this part, but I didn't immediately tell you exactly why that's the case here. I can clearly go past this guy, like beside this guy, but still can't go through. Penguin is the gatekeeper. He guards the city gate night and day. Keeps track of anyone coming or going through Shiver City, so we say. We're on alert because a stranger appeared in the city. I can't let you pass without permission from the mayor, so... Well, I mean, we're a stranger in the city, and I'm pretty sure that the toads that we saw on the left side of the screen are also strangers, so... That's not very helpful right now. Was a bigger coward, this guy, or the toad at Forever Forest? I want to say the toad. I don't know. Heard that horrible monster lives at the end of this path. Everyone is so scared of it that they don't leave the city. Can't we appease savers so we're no monsters? Well, can't have that in an RPG world or just a fantasy video game world. Building's a warehouse. Nobody can get in because some careless guard managed to lose the key to the door. I'm the one who lost it. Well, had it just a little while ago. I wonder where it could be. I just stand there staring and pretend he's doing a good job. Well, I mean, that's kind of relatable. Because we got this pretty evident, pretty visible thing right below us, but let's not acknowledge that right now. Let's talk to as many people as possible. This penguin likes skating, but he likes rumors even more. Penguins sure do love the rumors, so I guess. Not sure many ways to play with snow and ice. Looks like you could have fun anywhere cold. Oh. Just because it's cold doesn't mean that you're actually going to see snow and ice. So, unfortunately, I've experienced my entire life. I really love sliding around in the snow. Pingy pangy peggy pong, snow is falling all day long, skater spinners there, so... Wave on sway. Get better practice. Practice different ways to express unconventional enunciation, I guess. Love sliding on the ice. Wish. Well, we can do that too, but it doesn't seem to be like really different from the usual spin attack you can do. Now, why does this guy look different? He's a penguin patrol guardian of the city. He does an adequate job as an investigator, but I wouldn't count on his skills too much. Trouble arises, I think that Mario's the best man for the job. Oh boy. Investigating a report of a suspicious character wandering around the city. You're not him, are you? Well, what about these three? We're all traveling together. And I'm pretty sure we have seen them in a couple of different locales before. Good friends, I've never seen them apart. I'm pretty sure it's the same title that we've gotten for that one past. What kind of trip they're taking? Not gonna be as difficult of our journey, but I'm still kinda curious. I'm pretty sure these are all gonna be like repeats. So what do we got? When you hear about Shiver City, ice skating is the first thing that comes to mind. Skiing is nice too, but not when a monster's loose, so just carry out in the snow, so city skating we will go. Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of weird if they didn't have like a special kind of a area for skating that was reasonably populated in a place like this, I would think, but... Penguins camped out by Herringway's house. Really enjoys looking up at the night sky. What is up with that? I can always name Herringway. Oh, not yet, I guess. Actually, still not actually read anything by Hemingway, even though I have a couple of books. I think one of them is a translation, that's the thing. Yeah, but anyway. Starborn Valley is a little ways off from the city. It's a very mysterious place. You see how star kids rise up to the sky from there. I haven't seen any stars rising to the sky lately. Alright, so... I was wondering about that, because I don't know if like, Chapter 8 is going to be anything about just doing Bowser's Castle, basically. Remember, but... Pretty much for that reason I was wondering if we were going to go to Starborn Valley and, like, Star Haven. I guess Star Haven is also its own separate thing from Starborn Valley, now that I think about it. But I guess we're at least going to start approaching that in this chapter, even though that's not actually the end goal. Spoiler alert. Okay. What about this guy? Look like the adventurous type at all if you want some excitement instead of just gossip his idiot of true. Well, kinda came out of nowhere. Sure, go east from the city. Except you can't because there's a guy in the way. And good fate that there are lots of scary monsters between here and there. What makes me shiver? Looks like all I hear these days are frightening rumors. What's Shiver City coming to? And the entire world, I guess. Go by some of the other stuff we've heard. This is the northernmost burg, Shiver City. Very, very far away, even though it takes like 2 minutes to come here by the pipes and the sewers. You have a third-degree card. I get a third-degree card too. Cool. Boy, I got a lot of people who we can compare the dojo stuff. We have the same ranking. We're equals. Well, not for much longer. This penguin's been to the dojo in Toad Town. He has to show off his certificate and compare to once other people got at the dojo. And I'm pretty sure the same goes for someone else back in Toad Town, but they're not actually a third-degree card. They get like only a second degree. He's penguin gossips, but at least he takes the time to confirm rumors that he hears. He can still be wrong, though. Doesn't matter if he confirms his sources or if the entire basis of the rumor is false. I guess. Let's think about that for a second. He confirms his sources, but like he at least is able to name a source, is that what they mean? Because yeah, that pretty much doesn't guarantee that whatever the original source is true. Seems like a bit of a roundabout way of saying that, though. But anyway, I guess the entirety of the penguin flavor text is gonna be, yeah, they like to gossip. But this totally suspicious stranger wandering around just a short time ago seemed to be searching for someone. Didn't like slugs, I wonder who he got off to. Oh, pretty sure this is the first house so far that we have not seen labeled as a business. So let's see. Starborn Valley and Shiver Mountain are both near here, but you'd better dress warm and leave. You plan on reaching them. I'm pretty sure we can't change our clothes in this one, so... But I'm pretty sure we can change our, it's not really our clothes, but our color palette in the second one, but... let's see what we got. Let's try the quiz. And let's go to the question. What color is Bowser's hair? I think it's red. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Congratulations, here's your star piece. I'm pretty sure all of those colors are on his palette at some point, but I'm pretty sure the hair is red. Oh boy, 17 questions, only like basically 3/4 of them to go still. Pretty sure that would be determined before. Will the rhythm stop and bop to the Penguin Hub? All the snowmen in a line, a bucket hat fits super fine, eyes and noses looking cool, bring a scarf, you Pengy fool. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a hint for something that we're about to, well not about to, but we'll run into eventually, but that seems a bit out of nowhere. Looks fun for a bit reckless, that's all we have to say about him. He's a friendly penguin, seems to be very fair, so glad we've hit the West End, which is the mellow part of town. People who travel to here from other towns must think that this city is freezing cold. I'm used to it. I know that somewhere in the world is a town covered in sand. Now that would be intolerable. I don't believe it even exists. I can relate to this guy. It's a penguin who likes gossiping and wanders around the city. So, probably the most generic version of the description that we've heard like 5 times already. Really shady individual came to the city recently. He was screaming at the top of his lungs and running around. It was really odd. Something strange is going on in our beautiful city. Also, that could be in here. I think we have to go in here. She's the wife of Mayor Penguin, who's the mayor of Shiver City. She has a bit of a problem with exaggeration. Loves Mystery Nobleton? Yeah, but we have to go in here, so... to be a great detective. I see she's a bit too flighty to be a detective. However, I think you'd make a great sleuth. It must be freezing. If you'd like to see my husband, he's in the other room. Please go right in here, because we have to come here, because we're looking for the mayor. So, naturally, that means we go there last, because first we gotta see what's in all of these other places. There aren't many non-penguins, so we stand out in the city. I wonder what this penguin thinks about us, well. Anyone for a shaved ice treat? Strawberry flavor, maybe watermelon. Or my personal favorite, tangerine. Frozen treats. That reminds me, I think there's a chamoy popsicle in the freezer right now. I should probably go and partake of that sometime soon. So then, there's an item shop in the middle there, and then there's the Toad House on the right and the screen. But over here, right, there's like this place and then this blocked building next to it. And it would seem that there's no one in here. Looks like we go skating on the frozen pond outside. Well, the ice might break. You may also notice that gate over there leads out into the highlands. And from that gate leads all the way to Starborn Valley. Oh. Gonna end up there eventually, but I guess we're supposed to acknowledge that. There's the key underneath the ice, and I think it's pretty evident what's gonna happen to that at some point, but let's see. Did we get the title to the screen? Usually completely covered with snow and ice. It's perfect for penguins. It's a bit cold for me. You seem to be fine, not to be doing fine. How do you do it? Well, it's easy. To achieve, you must remove the day. Oh yeah, I forgot about the freaking star piece. We're from Goomba, that Shiver City is covered with snow all year round. That sounds pretty great. It's better than certain other places that I've actually visited where it's very coastal, very humid, and the entire area is flat, so it's actually hot as fuck over here. That is something that I don't really like. And yet that's what I'm more familiar with. Well, let's go talk to this man. Yep, everything looks fine here. This is the mayor of Shiver City, Mayor Penguin. He's a good friend of Herringway, another penguin. Everyone in the village relies on him. He's absent-minded, but he does his job well, like right now. I wonder if he's been to the castle, ever seen him before. Like, I'm pretty sure we did see him in, like, the intro sequence at the start of the game, but looked a little bit different. So do you have anything to say about that right now? I guess not. Hold on. Yeah, before we do the obvious, I wanted to go ahead and, procrastinate even further in making progress in this video game by coming all the way back here and then, trying what comes naturally. There we go. What are you doing? Stop that. Have you lost your wits whether the ice breaks? Well, I guess I'll have to deal with that myself. Are you a complete idiot? I told you not to do that. That's really dangerous. So now we're being forcibly dragged off, so will I be able to complete that or not? We're a public nuisance. Take a hike. Oh. Literally kicked off. So that mean that the ice is gonna be like back to normal or back to full integrity now? Yeah, so we can't actually do that. We're prevented from doing that. But we don't care that. He doesn't care if we come back and the ice is back to normal, and he doesn't say anything different even if we've already broken the ice once, or cracked the ice. Well, we've broken the ice with him, but the ice itself is just cracked. But no, I guess there's really only one thing for us to actually do here, and that's to accept our fate. Let's go in here. And let's comment on what's evident. No reply. Mayor Penguin's body doesn't budge an inch. What's this? He has a memo in his hand that says Herringway. Like a cup of tea. Oh. Here, you'll catch a cold if you sleep there. You usually sleep on the floor, I guess, so I have nothing else to say about that. Immediately. Oh no. My husband is dead. He's been murdered. It's a penguin murder mystery. I can just declare this. After a mere moment of examination. Just calm down now. You need to speak slowly so I can get to the bottom of this. And of course, here comes Green Guy again. Okay, yes, he's not supposed to be like a distant kind of Sherlock Holmes nod with, you know, the kind of big ear stalker cap, even though the hunting cap. When I see the style of cap that's on this sprite, I think more like fucking, what's his name, that insufferable, shitty protagonist from that Salinger book. Caulfield, Holden Caulfield. I think more that guy than Sherlock Holmes. With that style of hat, but I suppose that's probably what they're going for. Somebody clipped his flippers. Puffin, you're right. Lear's been murdered. I can tell you this in an instant. This is like a mystery novel, except it's real. How tragic. Who on earth would have reason to put this penguin on ice? That man with the suspicious mustache. Well, told him not to come in the house, but he barged right in. Yeah. This man was alive right up until this man showed up. He must be the murderer. Pretty sure this is gonna be another example, just like in chapter 6 of music in this game that we only hear for like up to 20 minutes at a time. Not even that. Chapter 6 is more like you hear it for like 2 minutes and then you never hear it again. But in this one, these tracks can at least last for a little bit longer, depending on how long you stretch the sequence out to. But yeah, weird incidental music that doesn't repeat and that I'm pretty sure is going to be absent from the soundtrack too for some reason, so you have to look for it specially. This good woman's accusing you. What do you say for yourself? Don't try to play ignorant with me, buddy. I'm professional. You get a witness here. Isn't that right? Believe all penguins. Did it in cold blood. I saw it with my own eyes. And then I went and had breakfast at Tiffany's. He's the only one who came into this room. It all adds up. Well, I mean, that much is true, kind of. It's totally a locked room mystery, except not at all. What's the problem? You didn't actually think Mario did it, did you? Tell the truth, then we're dealing with a backroom murder case. We're trying to this way. High-ranking penguin slain. How could such a horrible plot twist hit our beautiful city? Once more for the record, you swear you didn't do this. This means we have to find the true murderer. Ah, perfect. I'll give you a chance. Since you claim that you're not the guilty party, then you must bring me the murderer yourself, so... We're going with the predecessor to the Phoenix Wright model of criminal indictment. Guilty until somebody else is guilty. I haven't proved that you're innocent yet, I must forbid you to leave the city. Well, I don't know about that. Like, maybe we can actually... leads yet? You're still our main suspect, so I advise you to go find a real criminal and fast. Well, he has a memo in his hand that says Herringway. That's pretty much our only lead. You killed him, didn't you? Your instincts were right. I saw a stranger like you out here in such a remote place. I knew that you must be up to no good. Poor penguinkins. Well, please forgive me for letting this murderer in the house. And there we go. Here's the other incidental music that's I'm gonna be hearing for at least a little while here, I suspect. I'm not gonna help you. I don't socialize with murderers. Get away from me. I don't know if we can actually take the pipe out of here while this sequence is going on or not. I'm surprised maybe we actually killed Herringway. Why, he's a mystery novelist who lives in this city. I suspect Herringway killed him. He and the mayor are friends, so we're here. What about these guys? Oh, they're literally just the same ones that we talked to, but they've just been moved to here. Mayor Penguin was murdered in his back room, and no one has the slightest idea who did it. It's like we're in one of Herringway's mystery novels. How could such a terrible thing happen in such a small, peaceful city? Who could do such a thing? Mayor's wife said that the man with the mustache did it. He seemed to be such a gentleman, too. Still, I guess you shouldn't trust anyone who carries such a huge hammer. Well, I mean, it goes to show that you should never trust your first impression of people. Oh. I guess that's... might actually be kind of a nod to tell you, yeah, use your hammer here and we'll find a hidden star piece. That's kind of a roundabout way of doing that, though, if that's actually the intention there. You a penguin killer. Just keep your distance. What's that gleam in your eye? I'm gonna be a murder victim. Oh. What about this guy? Yes, of course I know him. Everyone in this city knows about him. He's a world-famous mystery novelist. You think Herringway killed Mayor Penguin? Might be onto something. Herringway does know everything about crimes and criminals. Just how mysteriously disappeared. I wonder what could be up with that. He lives right next to the lake. His house is always empty though. Who knows where he is? Herringway might be a murderer. No, that can't be. He's a really good friend of the mayor's. He had no reason to off him. Unless there was some super secret reason. Ever since I started reading Herringway's mystery novels, I suspect the unsuspected. That seems very... I can't even ascribe an adjective to that. Hold on. This guy does not say anything different. Yeah, I guess no, we're blocked from leaving. You better show some evidence if you're really not the one who murdered Mayor Penguin. Whatever you do, I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave the city. I won't budge from this spot. I know, sorry. No use trying to move me. Am I being too rude? Sorry. So this is also one of the same guys that we talked to already, so there you go. Well, we haven't actually been in the shop yet, so I don't know that we get extra dialogue from people in here. I'm not selling anything to Mayor Penguin's killer. Get out of here, will you? Oh, you can probably buy something if you come in here before that happens. Is the penguin who sells things in this shop? He also keeps and buys items. Is it only my imagination, or are you the only person who ever shops here? I've never seen anyone else here. I'm pretty sure this is the first time that either of us has been in here, but... I thought about the toad in the toad house, I wonder. At least I presume it's a toad. So rumor that you murdered Mayor Penguin, did you really do it? Don't think you did, I bet it was that crazy guy I saw running around here the other day. He was weird, he didn't look so weird. I get the feeling I might already know what they're talking about actually, but... I don't think it actually plays into this sequence at all, so that's why I didn't remember. This toad of the Northern Lands surrounds the toad houses. He was sent here from Princess Peach's castle. It must be tough working in such a cold place, so... You look okay to me, Mario. You sure feel like taking a nap? Well, I mean, we could, but... Yeah, we are in peak shape right now, technically. About reach 3. Do they say anything different now? No. Well, here's a dude's house. This is Herringway's house. He's a novelist. Herringway should be in there, but I haven't seen him lately. It's very peculiar. I don't know if that's technically different dialogue from what he said before. I get the feeling that now that the guard guy isn't here, we're actually going to be able to break the ice. I said ellipsis. I don't talk to penguin killers. I didn't even pay attention the first time. Got a key door, let me know. Okay, well... You're number one suspect in the mayor's murder. You can't leave the city until you prove you're innocent. Can't skip town. Well, let's take another look in the house before we actually do the, what comes naturally here. Yep, sure doesn't seem like there's anything we can find there, so... Immediately get launched away from the water. There's our one chance to actually... submerged in the water without Sushi's assistance. Got the warehouse key, so there we go. There's clearly an instrumental component to the way in which we solve this mystery. There's only like 2 or 3 of these left to find out. Only 2 super blocks left to find out. I wonder if they're like both gonna be in this chapter, or if like at least one of them is gonna be in Bowser's castle. If the farmer is the case, and I think I'm actually gonna try to like do as much as possible as far as trying to get more item completion and junk before I start chapter 8, or at least go to Bowser's castle, since that's, you know, the final dungeon. But anyhow, this building is a warehouse, nobody can get in because some careless guard must have the key to the door, yeah. So we're not gonna tell this guy about the fact that we have the key at all, even after we pick it up. Extra's finding that key. Would have been in deep trouble if I couldn't get inside. Well, nothing any more specific to say, we're just kind of generic thingy.
Hunters cheer 1, hunters cheer 1, hunters cheer 1.
Hey, Red here.
Cheer 1, Hunters, cheer 1, Hunters, cheer 1. Hunters, cheer 1, 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 Hunters, cheer 1. Hunters, cheer 1, bonus 2.
Alright, thanks for the 13 Hunters cheers and the bonus 2, which goes up to 15. There we go. That's one little bit closer to retirement. But yeah, welcome in. Is that what it actually says? Like what does it say if I mouse over it? It just sounds like the icon. Hold on, let me try this. How do I literally highlight this range and then it doesn't even let me highlight that in the text thing? That's weird. Go to here. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but there you go. I think she said Hunter's Cheer or something. I'm unfamiliar with it again, so I still do not have any renewable sources, so I just zealously hold on to what I have, probably forever. But anyway, let's see. It's too bad we broke the ice in the pond. Now we can't go skating, what a pity. This way between paths, etc. So I'm pretty sure that's the same flavor text reading as we saw before, except the first line is replaced. Up here we are. Get on top of the other house and go down the chimney, I guess. What in the... Why are you in my fireplace? You found my secret room through the chimney. Ingenious. Secret room which is just completely cut off from the rest of the house, I guess. Have you ever watched the movie 10 Cloverfield Lane? This penguin made a secret room in his house to hide in. What a cool idea. He's a fan of Major Penguin. His name is Herringway and he writes mystery novels. His secret study where he writes his novels is on the second floor, as we now know. I mean that he has lots of fans in the city, so I can see why he'd need a secret room. Yeah, well... I guess having a secret room... Is having a secret room really gonna be that much of a help when everyone already knows where you live? So... I mind reading one of his novels someday. Let's see, Amazon show... It's that Amazon show that they are advertising like hell, unless they go and give me the 400 bits to watch it. Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell anyone, but I kind of don't really get ads on Twitch for like 99% of the time, so... Like, I'm pretty sure the only reason I know about the other one, the Jack Ryan one, was because they had a Twitch notification. Like, sometimes they put out like free stuff that you can claim with Twitch Prime, and that's pretty much the only reason why I look at those from time to time. That's where I saw that, so... Unless they do that again and actually tell me through that means, I probably will be completely oblivious to it. I'm Herringway, the novelist. Haven't you heard of me? What? Major Penguin was murdered and I'm the chief suspect. Must be joking, that's ridiculous, I did no such thing. You're very suspicious, huh? Suppose I would be too... It appears as though I should drop in at the mayor's house. Well, let's accept our fate. Engage stairs. Speaking of Amazon, there you go. Fucking like that. Anything else to say about this room? I guess not. This looked like it'd be a good show, but goddamn, they're pushing it like that. It's good with my ad block just for Twitch, well, I turn it back on if watch someone who's not at least affiliated. I'm pretty sure that at least in my case it doesn't really make any kind of a difference, like... I don't even know, like, I'm pretty sure the only way that would theoretically be of a benefit is if I manually, like, run an ad. Which I guess I can. I'm gonna say I don't even know if I have the option to do that, but there's literally a 60-second ad break button on the dashboard, but nah. Pretty sure that the only way to make that actually significant is with numbers, and that's not a factor in my case. Alright, how does he say now? the bottom of this case right now, I guess. We're not into this room until you do that first. You killed him, didn't you? Okay, that's the same text. How are you again? Have you come up with anything? Oh, I suppose I have. Isn't that penguin behind you the mystery novel writer named Herringway? Your penguin was clutching a piece of paper that had Herringway written on it, and this guy somehow didn't notice it even though he's been here the entire time. Oh, there actually does. They actually do lampshade that. It's a message about his death. With his last breath, the mayor told us the murderer's identity. So, Mr. Herringway, you cold-hearted murderer. All makes sense now. No wonder your novels are so exciting and suspenseful. You live out your own plots. Have any idea how ridiculous you sound? You actually think I would do this to the mayor? A great friend of mine. Did you know that Thomas Harris is a serial killer and that Tolkien was actually a Dunedain? I've solved this crafty mystery. Simple penguin, I would never be so predictable. I'm completely innocent. I've been working in my house on my new novel for weeks. Didn't have time to sneak over here to kill Mayor Penguin. I'd like to say that I still think the man with the mustache is the murderer for some reason. Penguin murder mystery is getting more intriguing all the time. Or so we think. Wow, my husband's return is a ghost. That scoot, angry duck noises. No. And I'm pretty sure, just like I was talking about earlier, this is yet another music that's only gonna play for this, I'm fairly sure. You thought you were dead. Our backroom murder mystery is a wash. What a plot twist. I think I seem to remember going to the shelf to get this souvenir for Herringway. I reached up, slipped, and then walked my head on the floor. That's what happened. Nobody ever... I guess pulses aren't a thing in this world. And there you go. What I was reaching for. Toadtown was great fun, so many interesting sights. Wish you could have been there. Sometime after all this hubbub settles down, I'll give you a full account of the big city. But right now, take this big box. Yeah, we were thinking that you'd been murdered. Whole city was up in arms. Next time, be more careful. Very rather entertaining, actually. Besides, everything's okay now. I'll return to my home now. I believe I just have an idea for the sequel to my new novel that I guess had not been written down previously for some reason. I have the best intentions, but for some reason I always end up causing a ruckus, so... Sorry about all that, I must apologize. You're Mario, aren't you? Let me welcome you to Shiver City, Jewel of the North. You got a hike over to Starborn Valley, did you? Do you? I'll get keeper to allow you out of the city. Oh, there you go. We're bundled up, and just like that, this whole sequence is over. Northern lands aren't much of scenery, but there's always plenty of suspense. I'll let you know about that. I knew you were innocent the whole time. Backroom murder case, how completely silly. Oh. Oversell his garden of way too many mystery novels. Anyway. I don't think the flavor text for either of these two are gonna be, any different. But hey, we've completed our task. What do these fuckers say now? Mayor wasn't murdered, he just whacked his own head on the floor and fainted. That means the man with the mustache wasn't evil after all. Yeah, I solved the case. The criminal was a box of souvenirs from Toadtown. Well, I mean, who would believe that we'd have a mystery in this sleepy city? Going home now, gonna read a novel. I actually do leave. Thank goodness the mayor is doing okay. Really does seem to be as careless as they come, you know. Good thing that murder case got settled. Pretty sorry that everyone called you a criminal, though. I don't remember if that guy was one of the ones that was like, yeah, you suck before or not. But it was him, that was just me being silly. Well, saw a crazy guy in the city the other day. Are any of the penguins that are beyond that glass screen actually gonna be saying anything different now, or just repeating what they said before? I don't remember if that guy said something different before or not. The guy's been saying the same thing all throughout. To fuzz the mayor's wife made, yeah. The reason was the beginning of all this trouble, that's for sure. Oh man, how many items do we have too, by the way? 3 maple syrups, I don't think we're gonna need that many. But you know what, might as well just keep it going. The Akram murder case was the greatest mystery in the history of Shiver City, although it was kind of a joke. Barely got a raw deal for a while there. Oh, you weren't the criminal. Who was that weird guy I saw the other day? No relation to the case at all. Well, we might have to deal with that guy in just a minute here. Recall. Puffin's sake. Bet everyone involved in that case would agree that my detective work was perfect, yeah. Okay, do these 3 say anything different now that the ice thing is broken? The ice on the lake broke, I guess so. We're just about to go ice skating. This is totally unfair. I was so looking forward to skating all day long. Well, I mean, it got broken or it got frozen some way. But very, very precious junk. Is that supposed to be a bit of a hint? I don't know, we can find something secret in here, or not just there to mess with you. So we can obviously find the thing that we used to get on top of the houses, but that means that there's gonna be some kind of a secret here, like this little platform up in the corner. It looks kind of suspicious, but I don't know. That's something that I can find with cursory examination, I guess. But let's move on here. There's some kind of horrible monsters somewhere down the path. Mayor said it's okay for you to go on through. Alright, so we got nothing more to say now, so let's get in the path. Pretty clear of snow, don't you think? You think people clear it off, or does the snow just melt? A mystery, well, I mean, how would it melt here? I wonder if the good citizens of Shiver City have an answer for it. Well, maybe we can go back and question them specifically for that, so... Well, let's just go down the path with no incident whatsoever. Hey, 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 hey. Been waiting for you. Been here forever. Getting desperate, I thought I was gonna freeze. This is freezing and cold and nasty and icy, I hate it, I can't take it anymore. Gotta get out of here. Gotta beat you up in record time and then head back to someplace warm, so we leave, but yeah, this is like the penultimate confrontation with this dude, I think. I've been busy, Mario. I learned cool techniques. Check this out. Look at that piece of work. I've been taking a little magic course on the side. Now you're gonna be my final exam. Yeah, gotta win this time. Well, how much health does he have now? Let's see. And defense. Really, this guy will just not quit. Which HP is 50, attack power is 80, defense power is 1. Right, so might be better to attack with the hammer, I don't know. I've really been training, it seems you can use magic now. Let's get this over with. Yeah, pretty much. I wonder, would it be better to do this or to, I don't know, just do a normal hammer attack. Let's give this a try just to see what happens. We have like plenty of FP on reserve anyway. Oh, we did 10 damage with that. Like magic tricks, you want like this one. Well, we also have 1 defense, so I mean, it's still gonna kill us in like 5 turns, but pretty sure we can do more than the damage. We can just win by way of attrition. In this case. did more than 10 damage that time. Let's try multi-bonk with this dude and see what we get. There we go. He's more than half dead now, so... And we actually blocked it that time, so yeah. Just had rush in this fucking... Pretty much our best option. I'm pretty sure we don't even have to do that differently now. Ah, dang it. Couldn't even do it. Conservative way there. Let's do a normal jump attack now and see. 8, and then he's literally left with 1 HP. And we get Happy Heart even. I didn't even do more than like 16 damage to us or something. 17. Yeah, well, we got a decent amount of star points. Yeah, I forgot we like got the exact amount of star points I needed to level up at the end of the previous time we played this. No. And, well, you can pretty much just humiliate him like before, but... Use the Buddhas out of the forest near Goomba Village, I think it's pretty tough. And I'm pretty sure that his friggin' title still has not changed since the start of the game, but yeah. Even if you, after you walk away, I'm pretty sure this humiliation is not complete, like... Double back immediately, yeah, there you go. To double back anyway, but it's gonna be there for a while. Okay, snowmen standing in a line. Wonder who made them, and why they can look like they're watching the path. Look pretty cool too, but I guess snowmen like the cold. As long as they don't decide to become aggressive like the snowmen in Crosscode. We got the star piece. And yeah, you might notice that there's a couple of details that break the pattern there. It's kind of conspicuous. I guess we don't concern ourselves with that right now. We're still on the path, but it feels more wild here. If we travel east, we'll hit Starborn Valley. Shepherd City's way off to the west. Yeah, way off to the screens. Oh yeah, there's new enemies here. Would actually be a good idea to, like, return just so we can heal, but yeah. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? We just got, like, 2 new varieties of enemies here. We got Frost Piranhas and we got Gulpits. Frost Piranhas are frozen piranha plants, except they can move. They get much XP of 10, which I'm pretty sure is less than, like, the regular putrid piranhas in the jungle in the previous chapter. Or 2 chapters ago, actually, so... They freeze you with their icy breath. I'll be at their mercy if they freeze you, so you better try to immobilize them right away. Ice attacks won't work, they love ice. Fire attacks, though. I mean, we can immobilize this one right side of us right away. That's one thing out of the way. I think we gotta, yeah, I was gonna say, I think the group could just throw rocks at you. Oh, and then it's just bite you. Okay, so I might actually be in trouble here. Hold on. Let's strategize, but first let's get the title. This is a Gulpit. Gulpits look pretty burly, don't they? And my brain is just kind of struggling because I'm pretty sure, you know, just because of the way I grew up, I would always pronounce that name as a Gulpit, but I don't think that's quite right. We were actually reading that with an English perspective. Pretty burly, don't they? Which XP style attack power is 2 unless they're spitting rocks, I guess. Attack by picking rocks up in their path and then spitting them back out. The bigger the rock they spit, the more damage they'll take. Can't do much damage without ammo, so you should concentrate on the rocks first. Oh yeah, I guess you can do that. Hold on. Oh, first we're not gonna attack. We're just gonna do something a little more geared towards keeping ourselves alive here. Let's get a specialized heal, I guess. I guess that one's one of the 7 rocks. I guess it makes sense to take that was first, but doesn't do the full 7 damage just because. Oh boy, Gulpit rocks. Yeah, you can actually also you can get a title for that. I was wondering about that. Destroy the Gulpit rocks, gulp them, and then spit them at people. There are 2 sides of the rocks. Big rocks do more damage and their small rocks too. Big surprise, huh? And I think we might be able to take out this Frost Piranha with one attack, so yeah, let's do that. And hope that we survive this thing. We should be able to. Even if we don't block this, which I don't think we will because it's tricky here. I can just do that. Their attack that doesn't involve them using the rocks is actually much weaker, so... At least we're getting plenty of star points from these guys. But I get the feeling that there's gonna be a bit of a greater need to heal after this. Wow, would you believe it? 12 star points from a single fight. Against ordinary enemies at this point in the game. What a surprise. If there's like more of the... Yeah, there are more of these guys around. Go ahead and try to avoid engaging them right now. Boo! Yeah, there's also this thing to deal with. Turn back, come no farther, turn away or I'll eat you. What do you think? Scary monster, aren't I? You know you wanna run. Sure, let's go back. Yes, very good, very smart. Except not. But you will regret this. Because that's the only way... Actually, turning away for a bit is the only way to get that cutesy sprite for it, but... This monster, I don't even know what it is. I don't know why, but it looks really terrifying. I get the funny feeling I had a nightmare about it. Actually, piece 20. I thought it was only 10. Its power is 0. Don't know its attack power, but it must be very powerful, judging by its looks. I'll be totally convinced. So it's that monster. It's half dead by the end of the first turn. And will totally obliterate us. Attack power of 1. Maximum. Are you scared yet? I get the feeling that you could get more dialogue out of this fight, potentially, but... we actually get fucking 14 for that. That doesn't seem fair. Run away. What's here? Who could have guessed? Where we went. Hey, we made it. Mario, yes, thank you for coming. How do you do? I'm called Merle. Care for the star kids born here in Starborn Valley. There are many things I must tell you, but not here. Let's go to my house. Can't concentrate out here in the cold, and yet I've just been standing here before. Well, I guess we will follow him eventually, but not immediately. This is the Starborn Valley. Merle makes his home here along with the ninjas and toads. Look after star kids until they go up to the sky. It must be a hard work. Must be a hard work. That's a bit of an awkward way to phrase that, but sure. Here's a star kid who isn't allowed to go up to the sky, it seems. Doesn't seem to have affected his spirits, though. It's no use worrying about these little guys now, we will help them soon. Oh, I go to Star Haven. When I get to go there, I want to deliver lots of people's wishes, and I want to become a great star spirit someday. I do all grant your wishes, Mario, of course I will. Oh. What about this guy? He's one of the ninjas. The ninjas are so small it must be hard for him to keep the star kids in line. I don't know why they're doing this now when they were just like generic Bowser minions in Mario World, but I don't remember if they came from... they showed up in Mario World initially, or if the enemies were kind of shoehorned in from Doki Doki Panic, but... well, they're here now. Never been so busy. The star kids are as hyper as the day is long. Which is not saying much in, like, the winter in a lot of polar regions, is it? I must apologize for the rude reception of the Star Kids. None of us expected that you'd come here so quickly. They frighten strangers to try to keep this valley safe from Bowser's followers. And also scratch them, I guess. If we make friends with the Star Kids now, they'll grant us tons of wishes later. Wonder how Twink is doing. He was the last one to rise up to the sky. He went just before Bowser took the Star Rod. He's such a great kid. He looked after everybody. Do you think you'll ever get to see Twink again? I don't know about that. It's another one of the ninjas. Excellent babysitters for the Star Kids, of course. They have to run around constantly, but hey, working really hard. Oh, the Star Kids is hiding somewhere. Suppose it's natural for youngsters to be full of energy, but they're trying my patience. I don't have time for this. Not about this guy. Toad is taking care of the Star Kids. Must be tough running after such rascals in deep snow. Star Kids can't fly. It's gotta be tough for a Toad to keep track of them while walking on the ground. I'm pretty sure that applies to a lot of the creatures here, but along with the ninjas, we're taking care of the Star Kids under the instruction of the mystic Merle. Very rewarding to think that one of these kids might grow up to be a star spirit. Can you imagine it? What a happy day that'll be. But unless things get better around here, it'll just be a fantasy that never comes true. So, we don't actually know what that guy's name is, even though there's one person we're supposed to be looking for here. I think it's this. Maybe this guy or another one of the Toads that is around here. People say that taking care of kids is like fighting a war every day. I think the Star Kids are okay, though I'm sure they're grateful for the babysitter's hard work. One of the Star Kids seems to be playing hide and seek. You haven't seen him, have you? The second I take my ass over him, he always runs somewhere. What a naughty little Star Kid. Well, guess we got something to look out for now. Oh, it's not him in the background. It's kind of conspicuous there. Toad is taking care of the Star Kids. He's dressed for the weather, then away he needs to dress in such warm clothes. His head looks like it'd keep him warm all by itself. Well, I don't know what the texture of a Toad's head is actually like. Please get the Star Rod back from Bowser, Mario. Mushroom Kingdom deserves to be at peace. Good luck. Now, I ever get the feeling that one of the dudes we just talked to is gonna be the one that we're supposed to give a letter to. Center room, Princess Peach's castle. He doesn't have to take care of any Star Kids, he has his own job. And speaking of that, I guess we're gonna go ahead and take a nap right now. While the other guy's waiting for us outside. Because we know how to optimize our actions. Sleep well, I wish you luck. Okay, let me confirm this, I guess, by taking out Paracarry. And talking to all of these again. There we go. You're Frosty, correct? Name's Paracarry, I deliver letters. Oh nice, it's a letter from Little Dainty and Minity. It's not the little rascals. When I visited their home, they were always up to something. They write me letters often. It's nice to get letters. Their mail makes me as happy as mail from my wife and daughter. Oh, I almost forgot I need a letter delivered, so yeah, this chain is still not over, but I guess we can finish the chain before we even finish the chapter. I gotta take this letter to Goom Papa in Goomba Village. It's actually a reply to little Goombaria, but I think her dad could explain it to her better. Drop it off whenever you have a chance. Oh, there we go. And now that we've done that, let's actually come back here and do what we're supposed to do. It's one of the ninjas. Ninjas are taking care of the Star Kids. Merle is in charge. He seems really busy though. They're all so active. It's another example of where pretty much all of them are gonna say the same thing. Star Kid thinks he's made himself invisible. He wants to go up to the sky. It's hard to imagine this little punkster granting anyone's wishes. Well, there we are. You found me. Why did you see me glittering? I don't know. Do you think you can rise into the sky soon? Okay, we found the guy. I guess we were the only ones who were able to, though. One of these kids might grow up to be a star spirit. What a happy day that would be. But unless things get better around here, it'll just be a fantasy. Okay, this cat doesn't say anything different, actually. I'm pretty sure we found him, but we don't say anything different. Even after we did. What could be in this house? Actually, completely did not acknowledge it before. You just take care of the Star Kids. I hear that they're great cooks. That's all we have to say. Looking for the Star Kids, they're behaving pretty well. That's a relief. It's probably because they believe we'll get the Star Rod back. What could the cooking be? That's one of the younger brother, you know. It would be fun to get into hijinks with a little bro. She's so cute. She reminds me of Mario. You can somehow tell these differences at a glance. I can't. You want a younger brother? Hey, so do I. Oh. Tell me a story. Tell me a story about the time you saved the Star Spirits. Wonder what Twink is doing. Do you think Twink's doing fun stuff up there? Oh. Better read me a story or read me a story. It was all about how stars in Starhaven grant people's wishes. That's all you have to say right now, though. But hooray, we've officially grilled every person in the premises, so now we can actually proceed with the plot railroad. Must heed well what I'm about to tell you. This frozen area is called Starborn Valley. It is named this way because it is here that stars are born and raised before rising to the sky. But now, ever since Bowser stole the Star Rod from Starhaven, the power of that place has weakened and Starkids have found themselves unable to rise up into the sky. I sent a ninja to my father Merlin, hoping that I could coax you to come here. Because I have found out where the last Star Spirit is. It came to me in a dream, a vision of the last Star Spirit begging me for help. A vision speaks truly, then the last Star Spirit is being held atop Shiver Mountain, which lies to the north. Up top sits the Crystal Palace. The Star Spirit waits there. The Crystal Palace was originally built to honor the stars, but as time passed, it slowly faded from the memories of the local people. And now no one can remember how to reach the palace. There is a way though, and it involves items that have been passed down in these lands. Here, take this. You got the scarf, an ordinary scarf. Been passed down through many generations in Starborn Valley. I wish I knew how to use it, but I do not. According to the legends, you must use this and another item that has been passed down in Shiver City. Hope to open the way to the Crystal Palace. Okay, period. Sadly, that's all I know. We were missing the other one from the place we've already been to. If things remain as they are, Starkids will never again be able to rise to Starhaven. Such a fate would be awful. Please help them and expel Bowser from the sky. Just as you did in Mario 64, I guess. Oh yes, I'd almost forgotten. There's supposed to be a small shrine somewhere along the path to the Crystal Palace. A legend has been handed down in this valley regarding the shrine's secrets. Truth lies not only in the eyes, sometimes even the walls may lie. Confusing, yes, but you must find the shrine and solve its mystery to reach the Crystal Palace. So there you go. Look out for fake walls, like this is a Doom clone from the late 90s or something. Or the mid-90s, I guess, more like. Mayor Penguin of Shiver City should have the other vital item you need if you use it on the scarf. It is said that the way to the Crystal Palace will open. You must go to Shiver City and visit Mayor Penguin, so... There you are. Actually, did we get the title on this guy yet at all? I don't know if we did. Is Merlin the person who controls this valley? He's the one who called you his son of Merlin. That means... Merlin must be the father of the fortune tellers Merlovely and Merlo, and yet he's just left them by themselves over in the star... What's it called? Shooting Star Summit? Yeah, that's it. Well, he's all the way over here. So what is the relation between all these different people and... I think Merlee was the other one. Oh hey, there's a letter back here that I almost completely ignored. I guess I should probably go ahead and get these encounters. I'm kind of wondering what happened to you. Attack the gold pitch rocks. I guess I can try that with Mario. Okay, you just dematerialize one of them. Not that it actually makes a difference, though. Yeah. I guess I will kill you too, but I'm gonna do so very begrudgingly. Especially considering that I am not able to kill you both in a single round, even though if I had a little more attack power, that probably wouldn't be so unthinkable. I still don't know what the ice breath attack is like. We've just been getting like the normal bites. I guess we should probably consider it fortunate that we don't actually have to deal with that, but... it's information that we're being deprived of. Let's just keep moving. See, there's even more enemies here. Oh, dang it. Really? There we go. Let's do a few different things. We can kill this guy and the piranha plant in the next round. Keep up the same kind of attack rhythm. There we go. But we can actually focus on attacking instead of just getting the titles for everything. Which, to be fair, is my neurosis. It's my decision to do that. And possibly operate without all the information. We're gonna be getting another level soon. I don't even know what we would be upgrading next. Would it be HP, or I think it would be HP next. And then FP. What level are we at right now anyway? Level 18, so less than 10 levels away from hitting the max level. Might be something that I aim to do before I go to the final dungeon, or maybe not, probably not. There we go, I can place the scarf. It's a snowman. Nothing else to say about it yet, but we need one more bucket to complete the... wait, what? Oh, there you go. Forgot that this was a thing. There are two major penguin in Shiver City who we need to go talk to anyways, so... so let's just go ahead and get that over with. I actually don't remember if there's like anything different that you get or that you see. When you come back here to get that extra dialogue, but... well, apparently you do get different dialogue on this other visit. It's too cold. No ice skating monsters about, nothing to do but shiver. What did we come here for? It's not like we can just sit back to Toad Town, isn't it though? What did you hear? That monster's gone now. Let's go to Star Valley and hit the slopes. That'll be great. Skiing in a world of snow, ice and stars. How perfectly marvelous. Let's go right now. Except I don't think we're gonna be going to Star Valley until chapter 8. Pardon me, patrol. Rumors of a screaming monster appearing. Penguins kill easily, so I have to keep the city's borders extra safe, so I don't even know anymore if they're talking about Junior Troop or if they were talking about monsters. Or Monstar, excuse me. Hopping in the first to leave my footprints in the first snow, also like making snow angels with my flippers. I did not deign myself to tell you this before, though. Let's see, we visit this guy again now. Let's see. My secret room's exposed now. Penguins of the city always try to read my manuscripts before I finish them. I suppose I better make a new secret room, even though I don't even know if there's any more room in this house to do that. Maybe I could make one in the basement. Maybe you're the criminal. I just fainted, right, so that sounds exciting. Doesn't really look like there's anything different on these screens, so let's just go ahead and beeline it. Who are you? Harrowing's mystery novels have become very popular in Shiver City, you know, but when I became a character in a mystery, I realized that I'm not so fond of books like that. I'm serious, I made it on penguin poetry for me now. Oh. You reached Starborn Valley, did you see, Merle? Is it what? An item that has been passed down in this city? It was something like that. Just a minute. Well, just produce that. I found it. Here it is. You got the bucket. Has been passed down through the years in Shiver City. There's a legend associated with it. If you use this and the scarf together, the way to the Crystal Palace will open. Knows what all that means, though. Looks like those star kids in Starborn Valley are in trouble. Hope you do your best for the little tags. They're just kids. Kids who can apparently become wish-granting deities in time, though. Must be difficult being a famous adventurer. I'm pretty sure finding the way to the dungeon is gonna be a little easier once we actually leave this place. Just because... I don't need to explain that, but... Oh yeah, there's like... I completely forgot there's a letter we're supposed to give him. A letter, and also... we could go back at this point and... deliver the other letter that we have to... people in Goomba Village, so we can complete that part of the... or that side quest now as well. There we go. I believe I have one for you. I actually have a couple of letters that we found so far, not just the one. Oh, it's from Yoshi Village. I don't know where that is, but I bet it's pretty far away, even though we found it here. I'll read this later. I'll give you this. Another star piece. I don't know, maybe we will actually take a moment to do that, because I think we should be able to complete that quest now, like the very long chain of letters that we get. Pretty much lasts throughout the entire game up until this chapter. I'm pretty sure this is like the remotest part of the game that we need to reach to actually be able to complete it, but yeah, I think we're gonna be doing that now. Let's remove ourselves from this place real quick, so we can go traveling on the pipes again. Not even acknowledge the freaking Barracudas that live here, because I don't think they even give you a good experience at this point, really. They give you like 1 point of experience each or something measly like that. Might as well grind the enemies that are out on the ice path when we go back to the mountain, but... let's see, no, actually we need power carryouts, so... we have something to deliver to... what was it? Something to deliver to Shooting Star Summit and something to deliver to Goomba Village. Start here, I guess. Named the lad after you, Mario. Well, it's kind of obvious. Mr. Goomba Park here. I have a letter for you. I'm gonna give you my generic spiel, like always. What would we do without postal service? Oh, how interesting. A letter for Goombaria. I guess I could open it. Remember, she wrote a letter just the other day and I was wondering what it was. I see, I guess it was a question. And this seems like the answer. It looks pretty complicated, but I think you can understand. I'll tell her all about it. Thanks so much for the prompt delivery. Here, take this. A Lucky Day badge. That's a little different. Actually, no, I think that was the end result of that whole quest. Sometimes makes enemies fail to attack Mario, which... I'm sure we're gonna need quite a bit of BP to actually be able to equip that. Let's see. I would need 7 BP for that, so we'd have to give up quite a bit. Okay, we're not gonna need fucking Fire Shield anymore at this point. More ice power. I don't know, could we like get rid of a few other things like, because we don't need Ice Spike as badly, but... do like me Defend Plus, I do like me Power Plus. And Power Bounce and Happy Heart. I guess we don't necessarily need Happy Heart that badly. Like, hold on, let me... I guess we're gonna turn this off. No need to... get rid of 2 more points. I Spy is just 1. It's, there's the rub. Power bounce is 2, but I don't want to get rid of power bounce. Could get rid of power plus, or not power plus, damage dodge. Feel like it might be worth it, I don't know. Because we're left with only 1 fucking BP if we equip Lucky Day at this point. What can we do with this that would actually be worthwhile? I guess double dip? Have to curate what kind of items we bring into battle with that though. Could do Power Smash, could do Spin Smash or Quake Hammer. I don't know that we're gonna even need Quake Hammer right now though. I think we're gonna use double dip, just to even that out. Well, that means we better start packing slightly better items with us. Okay, let me see, how much money do I have right now too, by the way? I have 143 coins. I guess we can take this opportunity too to see what's different on like the notice board up here. Really sure there is gonna be something different. Maybe buy something from here. Loop focus. Mega Quake severely damages all enemies for an HP plus. No, we can't afford HP plus, so I think we're just gonna wait. We have a little more money. We're gonna want to clean out the bat shop at some point, but it's not gonna happen yet. Safety week, let's prevent accidents. As the inside of pipes may be dangerous, do not let children enter them. You never know what sort of creatures might hide within, even adults should think twice before exploring. Crime Prevention Office. Both the people who read and write these messages must have nothing to do but gossip. Of course I'm one of them. So, it's supposed to be like imply that Penguin somehow came over here and scribbled on the back of the board. Let's just go all the way over here. I don't think we have a lot of star pieces right now, do we? 6, yeah. Did I unequip I Spy or is that nope, I didn't. Is it a good thing? Because there will come a point when that will be rendered completely obsolete, but not yet. Okay, this thing is empty, but we should be able to deliver a letter to what's his face up here. And then we'll actually get back on track. Inspire carrier deliver letters. I don't know who's gonna send you this, but... From Merlin, Starborn Valley. Wow, news from my dad. Dad writes all the time because he worries about me. Sisters and I are totally bad about writing back though. Well, maybe I ought to write him a little more often. It's a treasure that I've kept for a long time. I'm gonna give to us, thanks. He'd always come back and swap me something for it, so just a single star piece. There you go. Now we have 7. I don't think we can swap him anything not great for it right now though. We're just gonna leave. I'm gonna go full meta BP, all badges, pool to choose from set until after this chapter, I think. And even then, I don't think we're gonna be able to do that immediately, just because we don't have the full pool of badges available yet. But yes, we get the heck out of here. We might as well put Mario in front of the party again, even though... it's not even necessarily... I think that's gonna give us an advantage right now. I don't even remember if there's gonna be like any unseen enemies on the path to the Crystal Palace. Coffee. Yes, have Lucky Lester. Ouch. Yep. Look, my incredible dodging abilities have not failed me yet. Fuck. There we go. I guess if we have like a Lester as a party companion right now, we pretty much glide slightly faster and actually get from point A to point B slightly faster. But we can't do it immediately because we need a health refresher. Now that we've acquired it, let's do speedrun strats, I guess. You don't have to wonder, I know literally nothing about speedruns for this game because I generally know literally nothing about speedruns, period. I have to imagine that once this dude gets into your party and speedruns for this, it's easier to just do this to move around faster than just spin attack everywhere. Maybe I'm just completely wrong, who knows. I know I never will. And there we go. Cool bucket hat, thank you. Warm scarf, thank you. What a kind man you are, we thank you. As a reward for your kindness, we shall tell you our secrets. There's actually a thing here all along. Please pass through here, with many thanks and blessings from the snowman. I guess we're gonna have Gumbario out if not only... or if not, because I don't think there's gonna be any new actual enemies here in Shiver Mountain, but might as well get the new titles for the different screens that we come across. And this funky music to go with it. We have to fall down here because we can't get across with Paracarry. Gee, that was simple. Oh fuck, oh, but we made the first strike, there we go. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a better idea to do that guy than the Piranha Plant, because I'm pretty sure that that guy's gonna do more damage. Oh, there we go, I got lucky. It's already starting to pay off. And my expert optimization of combat stratagems is also bringing me great benefits. Alright, this time we will do this first. Because we have the one defense. Oh shit. Oh, there we go, we got frozen. The one defense. One extra defense that we get from all the badges we have. And there we go. That our defense completely saved our asses there. I don't know if you take more damage from. Well, crap, this is gonna be quite useful, isn't it? But. I don't know if you take more damage from attacks if you're frozen, but or if I'm thinking of something else. I'm probably thinking of something else where that's the case, because I don't think that's the case here at all. Yep, come on. There. Boy, we can get 2 in 1 turn here with our present loadouts. might get frozen just because, you know, there are many more chances of that happening. One of you will die. And the other one will come quite close to it, but not quite. And I might actually get a level after this, which will be quite nice. Our resilience is paying off. Our determination, if you will. Our tenacity. Alright. What do you have to say about this screen? I feel like we're on the edge of the world up here. It's a really remote place to go adventuring, man. I'm pretty sure I know how to... what we have to do here. We have to, like, use the... what's his face? Use this shell. But also, we can grab a common pebble to damage one enemy. No, there's like a specific purpose behind grabbing that pebble, but hey, we've collected that item. Something that certainly it cannot be said that we missed. Oh, hey, look at that. There are now 2 Coopers. What's up with that? I forgot that this happened at this precise moment. Oh, what's wrong with my eyes? You look just like me. Imposter, who are you really? Tell me your name. I'm Cooper, yeah, that's it. The question is, who are you? Oh, what? That's impossible. I'm the one and only Cooper. You're talking crazy talk now. You're making no sense. I'm the genuine Cooper, really. Come on, Mario, you know me. This guy's a big liar. Not lying, Mario. You know I'm Cooper, don't you? Don't you recognize your body? That's your mouth, goody goody. I'm his body, yeah, that's it. Well, that's convincing. You're the one who should shut his mouth. I'm his body. Listen, moron, Mario. You have to decide who's lying. It's not evident at all. Pick the one you think is lying and whack him really hard with a hammer. You're fine with me if you think you'll get away with a trick like that, fine. You know, Mario knows who I am. I believe in you, Mario. Yeah. Oh gee, I wonder which one it could be. Look at him, he's a liar. Hit him. This guy thinks he can pull the wool over your eyes, Mario. Don't let him get away with it. I'm not worried. I know your way back, Mario. I know you know who I am. Not very much. What made you think that I was the one lying? It must have been luck. No one has instincts that good. What were you thinking trying to trick Mario like that? Shut up, I'll trick you. By bringing someone else that wasn't here before. Oh, let's really change the number. I guess we can get the scan on the duplicate ghost here. Hope, you know, spoiler alert, only mainly show up in this game, but there is one specific one of these guys that shows up in the sequel that we'll see quite a bit of when we get around to that, but this is a duplicate ghost. They disguise themselves as members of our party. Max HP is 15, attack power is 4, defense power is 0. Look to attack in disguise. Seems like they're generally stronger fighters when they're not disguised, though. That's curious, don't you think? They're both kind of disguise themselves as good Mario. Well, let's actually beat them up now. Oh, actually do double attack. I was not expecting that for some reason. Apparently they also give, that's probably because we just leveled up, but they apparently give less experience than the more ordinary enemies that we've been fighting so far. It'd probably give about the same if we hadn't just leveled up, but oh well. Get a bit of a preview of some of the crap we're gonna be dealing with a little bit further ahead. Oh shit, it's a snow clover? Something like that. I don't remember these guys existing at all, to be honest with you. Oh, hey, another power block. Super block. And we only have 2 members left to upgrade, so... Just give the penultimate upgrade to Bombette, and then there's only 1 more super block left in the entire world. I'm ready to alter rank. But, you know, we've identified a new enemy that we've never faced before, so clearly we need to... God damn it. I was gonna do that. Need to help Mario out for the title. White Clover. They live in cold climates, who knows why they moved here from where, I mean. Or like, were they saying that they were variants that, of original Clovers, that somehow ordinary Clovers lived here and that's why they became resistant to cold. I don't know, it's awkwardly phrased, but sometimes attack consecutively, they're pretty powerful, it's tough to switch such big clubs. And ice attacks won't work on them, so break out fire if you have it. Well, we don't really do the elemental shuffle in this game that much. I guess we don't really need to. Shit. Oh, that's a successful attack. And apparently I am terrible at blocking either of their attacks. It doesn't matter all that much. I don't even need to attack them with hammered, where I can just jump on them. It's my instinct to attack them with hammer because, you know, they have a spiky thing on near the top of their sprites, so they're triggered. Okay, that's another screen out of the way. What do we got here? Climbing this mountain is really hard. You'd think the path to a palace dedicated to the stars would be a lot less trying on the legs. Would you though? Oh man, we got Snowman, we got Star, we got Thunder Rage. I'm guessing that if we take any one of those, we're gonna have to replace it with something else. I mean, we can replace it with a... I think that's what the pebble is for, now that I think about it. We do have room for a few more things. I don't think we're gonna want the Snowman doll, because, you know... I'm gonna be very helpful here, but I'll take this. Let's pick up the Shooting Star. And put the pebble in its place. There we go. So you have to, like, do... tit for tat there. Is there anything else that we want to give up in exchange for the Thunder Rage here? I could, use a POW block. I think that might be a good idea, actually. I have 3 shooting stars at this point, I realize that. We will leave the Thunder Rage, actually. We should be pretty much there. Carefully up here, or else you may slip, Mario. That would be a long way down. It's very oddly... Oh, terrier. It's very oddly, kind of... plateau places to stand on this mountain. Very conspicuously flat and angular. Here's a space where we can put something. Apparently quite conspicuously star-shaped and, Hold on a second. Okay. Let's blow up this wall. Just remember, we were told about, some shrine where it's like walls are fake, or something like that. It's kind of obvious what that hint means if you think about it for a second. What a strange place is this? It's right even in the cave. This must be the small cave that Murder told us about. There's something strange about this place. Even the walls seem suspicious to me for some reason. Almost like you're gonna walk right through them like that. I forgot about this character appearing. At last, it is Mario. I'm glad you found this place. I've been expecting you. Oh. But it's strange that I know of you. My name is Madame Merlar. I'm a messenger of the stars. You know Merlin and Merle well. I am their ancestor. Stars spoke to me of you through my dreams. They said you would come to the shrine on Shiver Mountain. It is here that I guard the way to the Crystal Palace. You have little time to waste, so listen carefully. You may not know this, but the followers of Bowser have invaded Crystal Palace, where the stars are honored. Now what I have to tell you is very important. Listen to every word I say. Oh boy, can't tell you the whole tale. In the interest of time, I'll be brief, so pay attention to the key points. The story begins a long, long time ago. I was still a young woman back then. It's a bit of a callback to the story that Merlin tells you in what happens here. Horrible thing happened on the mountain one day. I ran there immediately, and but it was actually such a sight, and it was none other sudden than I. Even though we start sleeping well before that dialogue box ends, so that's why you must get Bowser's Bones out of the Crystal Palace. But were you even listening to my story? You can just do the whole thing like this. Long time ago, and you just hit B. Scroll through the whole thing in one go. Well, okay then. I was saying you need the Starstone to reach the palace. I'll give it to you. Even though I don't know that too better than anything else by coming here. With this stone you can open the way to the Crystal Palace. Go on, make haste. I think you understand my shortened version of the tale. It really doesn't do the story justice, you know. Perhaps one day I'll tell you the full story. Until then, good luck. Now let's grab the stone. Opens a path to the Crystal Palace and... and immediately go back to through the fake wall. And do the thing. Actually... finally make our way into the dungeon, I guess. This thing just sinks into the wall and... I'm guessing makes a different set of stairs up here. Now we can't get into the shrine anymore, but... we can get all the way up there. And even further up. And even more further up. There's like 3 levels of this. And it's kind of like getting to the 4th dungeon in the original Shantae, even though I don't even remember. Oh fuck, if that came out before this or not. I think it came out after this actually. Fuck. Oh, this looks kind of grim. Hold on. Show you something. Let's try timeout. Let's see if this works out. We have like 3 or 4 different abilities at this point in our star base that are basically supposed to be about making the enemy completely incapable of movement, or completely incapable of, well, not completely incapable maybe, but impair their movement or impair their ability to hurt you for like several rounds at a time. That's its whole shtick, but apparently I guess this one's quite effective. At least on these this range of enemies. I'll take that. I should also do something like, use another star power to heal myself. Might as well. That puts me at full health, I'm pretty sure. And I have basically no star power left. I have just 1 thing of star power. Oh, we got a grand total of 10 star points for 4 enemies in a row like that. Diminishing returns like before. But at least I got a badge. Mega jump. Tons of attack power. Anything else over here? Nope, there's just the save block. And I'm thinking that up here might actually be the entrance to the dungeon itself. Last. Oh, didn't even need to use a star bar because we just... I forgot that these blocks existed, honestly, but I guess it makes sense. Oh dear. I get the feeling I know what's about to happen here. Let's see if we can figure it out. This is the road to the Crystal Palace, we can get in from here. Must have been tough to get building materials up here. Don't you think it would have been more convenient if they had built it at a lower elevation? Well, yeah, but then... where would the incredible real estate value for it come from? But yeah, I think that the whole mirror thing that you see here on the screen is gonna be like part of the shtick for this whole dungeon. There we go. So spacious, you gotta love the high ceilings, Mario. Could set up a basketball court in here. The rich really know how to live, even though... I guess you're left to make your own conclusions as to how the, I don't know. As to the backstory of this place, I guess. Kind of like with the dungeons in Zelda. I think they were more or less doing the same thing in Ocarina of Time in Oot around this time. It's like, yeah, there's a spooky backstory for some of these dungeons, and it's deep lore, and it's very disturbing and stuff that we don't really go into detail, and we let you make your own interpretation, but it's totally something that you should think about. I guess that's kind of what they go for too, very implicitly with dungeons in this world, but the room's pretty cramped. Wonder what it was used for servants' quarters, maybe. Also a conspicuous red X on the floor, but hey, we could have used the quick hammer thing. I could still equip that, but never trust polished floors because they're often slippery. Really would have fallen on my head. There we go. Got a super jump for this. Let's tell the supula. Yes, sir. Pretty sure the same goes in the second Paper Mario game. They're pretty much the stronger versions of the supers, but in the second Paper Mario game, there's like a third version of the supers that you can fight. But I don't know if this is if that version is gonna show up in this game or not. I don't think it is actually. But there we go. Magic Piece 8, so it almost died from that, but not quite. Attack powers 2, hit it repeatedly to fight it off, or else it'll keep sucking off your HP, so same method that we've used to repel enemies in the past. And jump high enough to attack them while they're hanging from the ceiling, so you can either use an earthquake attack, or a flying attack from someone like Bo or Paragary. If they begin to flap around, you can attack them by jumping as well, but right now we can't really do anything. You're gonna have to I could use the fucking power block country. Hold on, it seems like the best time to do that actually. Oh, you need to use FP for double dip? That kinda sucks. But you can at least hit these guys and take one of them down straight away. They don't even... oh, they do give you like... oh fuck. There we go. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't even look like they give you an experience at this point, but they do. It just was a little hard for me to see that at first. And hey, it could be worse. Not supposed to do 2 damage. Said these guys have like... come on. I'm gonna do this super fast, frantic. Super fast frantic button mashing if I know I can't even avoid or I can't avoid at least one. I can't avoid damage altogether, I can't avoid the first of those things. I guess we're gonna bring out Bow. We're not gonna be helpful. Or we could just avoid those guys, I mean, same difference. Wow, look at this, we found a room with a chest, what could this be about? Even though we're indoors, it's still freezing in here. I mean, seriously, this floor's frozen. Or it just could be very reflective metal, like aluminium powder. Big blue key. Nothing more to say about that, though. I guess we're just gonna avoid that guy. And what's with this red X on the floor? It's pretty much inviting you to, you know, smash it with the... jumping attack, but apparently results in nothing right now. Looks like your basic passage. Since we're in a palace, I'll call it a palatial passage. I guess that is correct usage of that word, at least. Yeah, I think this is where we're gonna start to notice a few things differently. As you might notice, even though our mirror counterparts from back there. Yep. We're doing the same thing, the wall didn't blow up and they went through anyway, but now it's... things have started to become a little bit different. And you realize that it wasn't a mirror at all. It's fuckery is what it is. The reflected room looks slightly different. Funny, huh? We can also go through, which might not be immediately evident. I guess we're gonna keep Gambario though. I think it's actually the best option here. Maximizing damage output for what's about to happen. At least I think so. I really don't remember. I feel like... Oh, well, let's just keep it like this. Hey, look. Yikes, Mario's here. We'd better beat him. Who could have seen that coming? Guess every encounter with Dupligos in this is gonna count as mini-boss fights. Even though they're not really that different from the other encounters that we've been having here. Wow. Getting that much closer. No, the real Mario is so strong, unlike us. I'll give you a second to think about our character motivations and psychology. Oh yeah, there's a early version of the Switch there, but I don't really know if there's reason to push it right this second. And, oh yeah, we technically haven't actually been back here yet, so there we go. Little cave. Nice to get a breath of fresh air, but I must say that it's even colder out here than in there. Out here than in there, is that what he said? Hold on. It's even colder out here than in there, I mean... That's not really surprising, that... He kind of says that as if that was surprising, that's like... It's nice to come out here, but it's even colder, even though it's outside, like what? Why do you fucking think it's gonna be not colder outside when you're in this kind of environment? But... It's like a waiting room. I don't know how people could deal with so many rooms. It's totally confusing. Alright, let's make that bow. I guess we actually are gonna be... Yeah. At least engaging one of these. Oh boy, it's... no, we're gonna do because that isn't a mini-boss fight. I guess we might as well fucking eliminate him first from this weekend. Have at least one of the enemies eliminated in the first round. Oh, hey, lucky. There you go. Oh, do you want to attack Mario or Bow? There. Fuck. I think I actually did it faster. Not sure, let's... actually bring this fucker down, which we should be able to. Never mind, I guess I will do the... something at least a little bit closer to a frantic button mash. Didn't do it that quickly. I'm sure the guy in the ones in the previous fight that we did against wasn't doing it that quickly. And what do I know? Well, it looks like Bow does the same amount of damage as Gambario does. It's 6. Well, technically in a series of attacks that's a lot more spread out, so... Well, we could go down there, or we could keep going this way. My reflection is weird, seeing myself in the floor is starting to freak me out. Never stop to think how I feel. Oh, hey, it's a red Mighty Koopa. And we already scanned him at some point, so I guess we're gonna get bothered with him. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and... take out the Dupligos first, if only so it's not... oh, there you go. So it's not a factor. Attack power will go up by 1. Which doesn't really mean much, but... oh, yeah, that time we actually connected, but... Even when his attack power is boosted, it doesn't really make it that much more impressive. And hey, we've done it. We've eliminated an incredible threat and gotten yet another shooting star. We have like 4 of these in our inventory now, I think. We do have 4 of those. And yet we're not making good use of any of them. I guess they might be useful for the boss at the end of this. I don't remember, honestly. Wouldn't be that surprising. This is a long corridor, huh? Hey, that's a reflection in the floor. It's like a mirror. Even though I literally come into this before we came in here, I'm pretty sure. This place always makes me miss the desert. I'm freezing. How can you stand it? Well, miss the desert is a little bit too far with that sentiment, I would say. Sure. I guess I can understand that. I'm just gonna have to do 1 round, 1 dead enemy for these guys. Oh, lucky. There you go. Lucky twice in a row. There you go. So ready to just do the button mash. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. They're just in time because I kind of lagged with that at the beginning. And I mean, when I say lagged there, I mean it in the old-fashioned term, not the elite electronic term. Hey, there we go. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little too lazy-minded to actually want to fight all of the swoopers right now. Increases attack power by 1, increases defense power by 1. I mean, that could kind of work out with some of our current setup, but didn't really find anything else here yet that we could use, though, have we? And we headed in this direction. What did we find at the end? We found a shooting star, that's right. On a badge down there. Actually, hold on. Now that we've broken this floor down here, that might mean that we can actually go in the other version of this room that's down there and find something. Because I think if we activate this, yeah, if we activate this switch, yeah, it has the same effect no matter which side of the thing we're on, but can't actually go through the red door right now, so we have to go back to the other side. See, I get the feeling that now that we've been to the opposite side and that we've, might as well hit this. We've broken the floor. The floor is also broken here now, which it wasn't before. Who could have guessed that that would have been the meaning of that red X? The wallpaper around here looks frozen, although I do very much like the star pattern. There's also no bats in this room, which is a little different. I'm surprised to be sure, but a welcome one. Oh boy, so it was just an excuse to have this. Or all of you, you're all trying to look like me. Don't tell me you can't tell which one is the real Bombette. You can tell, right? Yeah, I heard that. You're spreading lies, you imposter. I'm the real Bombette. Oh no, no. Mario, look carefully at me and you'll know. I'm the real Bombette. It can only be me. These others are all liars. I'm the one. Mario, me, don't fall for these tricks. I'll blow you up if you do. Oh. I'm the real Bombette. Please, trust your eyes and look at me. I'm not lying. I can't bear this. Smash the imposters with your hammer. All of you pretending to be me, I can't take it another second. It's a nice idea. That'll clear all this up. Just hate imposters. I'm the real Bombette, so don't you dare hit me. Oh. I'm pretty sure that the whole thing with this is just that all of the fake ones have a really obnoxious visible tick with their punctuation. So clear that I'm the real Bombette. But I'm gonna forgive you if you mess this up. There's no way that Mario will make a mistake if you journeyed so very far together. Isn't that right, Mario? Question marks. I am Bombette with heart and I am Bombette with star, yeah. Somehow you managed to see through my disguise. I thought I was doing so well, and he just runs away. It must be very smart to figure out I was an imposter. I thought if we were doing... I thought we were doing a great job of confusing you. I'll be back. No, that's someone else's line. What? Why did you hit me? Last you found me. What's wrong with my disguise? A mysterious internet persona. I should have worked harder on my Bombette disguise. I won't forget this. There we go. If it hit me with the hammer, Mario, I was gonna bomb you the next time you napped. But you didn't. I'm so happy that you knew I was the real Bombette. And there you go. And surprisingly enough, they don't come back and hit you four of them at once. Actually, not even sure what happens if you, get it wrong during those guessing sequences, but there we go. Big red key. Notice our reflection on the floor. I don't trust the floor this shiny, I bet it's slippery. That's like the second or third time I've told you that in a title, but... I'll let anybody know. So now we have the red key. No, you see this thing going to be go between the two halves of this place. Down the red door path, but let's open it up. Which apparently does open it up on both sides, to be fair. Architecture of this place is really bizarre. Oh, there you go, immediately. You pass back and forth through these glass walls, not knowing what's a mirror and what's not really bugs me. I'm pretty sure nothing is at this point. Oh boy. Who are you? Great and Honorable Crystal King said that I can't let anyone pass. You're up to no good, I'm gonna have to hurt you. Oh, so we just immediately get pushed into combat there. How much with this grey magic Koopa? What are the magicians in the Koopa clan? Green robes and a very flashy, but they're kinda cool. He's 11 attack powers, 3 defense powers, 0, and he can use magic to make his companions transparent. We can't attack enemies that are transparent, so let's try to beat him before that becomes an issue, what do you say? Well, I think it's too late because we didn't kill anything in the first round, so... I guess we'll do damage to this guy what we can. And we'll just beat up the other guy in the next round. There we go, there's the bullet. Yeah, that's obnoxious. The enemy's transparent, but he won't be that way forever, I'm pretty sure, so let's make time by wheeling on this guy instead. I can also make myself transparent, but not with this layout. I'll just ineffectually swing at you. Enjoy that while you can, and whatnot. There we go. I guess we have to beat that guy up, or else we wouldn't have been able to get past the statue there. Kind of want to leave the room to see what happens if... But let's see. Is now would be a better time. Later. Because yeah, if we leave this place and we go around and we take the top path. And we just can't get past the Clovis statue. Indoor bridge. Now I've seen everything. Well, an indoor bridge that goes on top of what? Because it's not really clear what's... you know what it's bridging over. What's the gap? Why does the gap that it's actually bridging exist in the first place? Well, here we are. I won't let you. I want and I want and I want. You can't. You'll have to go through me if you want to get past. Through me and through this motherfucker behind us that's gonna heal us if you don't do anything, which fortunately you can do right away. I mean, you can also just do this and remove them as damage sources. Pretty sure they're gonna do more damage than the Koopa will. Oh shit. There we go. I'm just gonna smack you with the freaking... the wand. Can't well take care of that guy, because I'm pretty sure that if we don't... if he's the only one left alive at the end of that round, he's probably gonna run away or something. Oh, we did block that. For some reason I thought we hadn't. Mostly because of all the damage we took, but... oh, there we go. And now both statues, both that were on the bridge are gone, but there's still that one to take care of. Hey, didn't you hear me? I said I'm not budging, you got that, even though I only talked to this guy once. Have any idea how mad the Crystal King will get if I let you pass here? I want him mad at me, so I have to teach you a lesson. Well, thanks for spoiling the boss's name. I don't even remember what the green magic Koopa does, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and kill that guy first. Probably should have used like a star power here, but... oh fuck, that was a mistake. Oh, just got lucky there. What the fuck do you do? Fence, okay, well that's not too bad. It'll make it a little more obnoxious, but it's nothing we can't deal with. Matter of doing things in different order. I guess it's not as much of an emergency as it could have been, or as much of a critical situation as it could have been. Dealing with that many of these guys. Wow, 10 whole star points. We might even level up again before the end of the chapter. Wouldn't that be something? And now we can actually pass through the opposite side and actually end up somewhere different. I actually know like how close we are to getting to where the boss is, but I'm guessing not that far. What does this switch do? Oh, I see. Just have to use currently our only means. I'm pretty sure in in the second game we have a different means of doing this, but currently our only means of delaying switch impact is with Bombette. But you already knew that you could activate switches by giving them some sort of shock. Can use Cooper or Bombette to do it, don't you forget. Yeah, but Cooper's just a one-time thing, basically. It's an instant thing, whereas Bombette it's delayed. Which is why he's the only... oh fuck. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know if I want to keep fighting every enemy right now. Or I find a way to, like, refresh myself. Yes, I guess I might as well keep Mario in the party though. Oop. Well, that thing hadn't been there, that probably could have gone better, but things are less than ideal right now. Hold on. So we're gonna use this. I would have preferred not to. I would have preferred to save my star power for the boss, but yes, circumstances did not want to allow that. Oh fuck. Oh well. I have to wait a little bit longer to actually strike against that guy. Just gonna hit this guy with a hammer though. And just finish off the other dude with normal. Bounce. So we need to get back there. I get the feeling I kinda know how we're gonna get back there. No way. Got even more duplicate encounters to deal with. Yeah, thanks for spelling out what I need to do there, friendo. Where did he go? Oh no, it's everyone. Mario, I'm the real Cooper, but of course you know that, don't you, old boy? Mario, look at me, I'm the real deal. Nobody else looks like Cooper. Mario, come on, I'm Cooper. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm the real Cooper, Sonny, you believe me, don't you? I'm the real Cooper. There isn't any doubt in your mind, is there, brother? Okay, old bean, you'd best smash these imposters one by one. That's a good idea. Smash them all except me, okay? Sure. And seriously, look at me. Is it really that tough to see through these guys as well? No, but I need to get us all the flavor text clearly. You're not saying you suspect this old Koopa, do you? Must have some sort of sixth sense, Sonny. Mario, well done, but I don't know how you did it, but you found me out. Well, I guess I missed a chance to speak to that guy. My brother, you must be able to see that, right? Indeed. I said I was a real Cooper so many times, so mean. Just joking. Definitely thought I had you going there, though. And this guy. Still a good job, he must have some incredibly keen eyes to spot me. Darn it. You'd get it right, those were the worst disguises ever. Well, honestly, it just makes me want to know what would happen if you messed that up on purpose. So what do we got here? We got a door on the bottom, we got a door on the right. What happens if we go here? The answer is we can probably fall down and end up somewhere or not. I guess we can do this and make our fake doubles do something. And keep going that way. But that just makes me want to know what we'll find if we go this way instead. Oh, apple syrup and one of these. It would have been a tragedy to miss that. Oh hey, there's a giant dino statue here. But I have not been looking at the room titles for some reason. I've been slacking on that. That's one big stone statue. Even you couldn't budge a statue that massive, Mario. If it were just a bit smaller, I could probably push it, or we could probably push it. To believe that this place was originally built as a palace to wonder the stars of the sky. Riley said that, didn't he? It's terrible that people have forgotten it and don't come here anymore. What a waste. Maybe after we clear... Maybe after we clear it, the tourist trade will start anew. First we need the evil ghosts to not be here anymore. The official line on this palace is that it's temporarily closed because of the snow and ice. Do you think Colorado would research this place? Wonder if he's already planning a trip here. Maybe he's never heard of the palace at all. Maybe he just has no clue how to get up here. Maybe I need to... Because my throat is just like completely shutting down.
Hey Bison, no consider doing World of Horror if you haven't already checked it out.
Oh man. Well, RIP the alert actually showing up, but thank you, Lambda, for the 19 months of with Twitch Prime. Consider doing World of Horror if you haven't already checked it out. World of Horror. I feel like that should ring a bell, but it doesn't immediately. I don't even have Steam open right now, hold on. Curse. Power outages. That caused me to have to restart and lose everything. Well, I've determined that there's nothing here but cold and I don't like it at all. That's all we have to say about that. Oh boy, Steam wants me to check out the free trial of Hearts of Iron 4 and 70% on Doom titles, which I already own all of them, so that's moot. Can't do anything here, can we, on the, I guess not. CI Games Publisher Sale, Slytherin Publisher Sale, whatever that is. Dota, which I don't play. Mega Man Zero CX Legacy Collection, which is intriguing. Did like those games. And whatever Dungeon Defenders Awakened is. I want to say Dungeon Defenders sounds vaguely familiar. I have no idea. According to the page, it has mixed reviews. According to the... oh dear. The Mega Man Zero CX Legacy Collection page, it has mixed reviews, and judging by the screenshots, it might literally just be like an emulator that they package you through it, I guess. There's a little problem, the bloody censorship. They censored everything in the English version, it's horrible to read. Boy, oh boy. And performance issues. Oh well. Already get the title for this room, there's a mysterious stone statue. This palace seems to have cornered the market on mysterious stone statues, huh? Yeah, I suppose so. I can actually move this one and head below it. And presumably go in the same place when we go back to the other side. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Oh boy, this could be painful. I mean, we don't have any star power to do anything with here. Could try power bounce, but that's not even like guaranteed to do anything. Usually he's gonna do it like one enemy per turn. Should be doable, even if we get like a fucking defense boost from the green guy. It's a roguelike in the style of a 1 or 2-bit C64 or Mac monochrome game. Hi, we did it. Lovecraftian and Junji Ito aesthetics, yeah. That pretty much confirms that I don't believe I can place it, but sounds interesting. Have to look into it. And what do you know? With increased defense, you only took one turn to actually take care of that. Now we're in trouble. And you already know, pretty much like every other time that I've seen it. Never Magic Coopers left alone, they're just, hey, a super shroom. Well, I'm gonna chomp on a super shroom right now, so I can have the health increase and also have this one here. It's cold is gonna give me a cold. Even though I think I was actually just looking into the common cold the other day because of, you know, topical coronavirus nonsense, and how, like, the big scare with the coronavirus is that apparently there's no way to treat it, but then that gets you thinking, technically there's not even a cure for the common cold either, and one kind of throwaway line that I remember reading about that is that it's called a common cold even though there's been like no really concrete or specific connection between low temperature and the likelihood of infection. Or any particular variants of that, so it's bit of a not necessarily related name. I don't know how to phrase that, but well, let's see. I wonder how far we've gone. I really can't say enough good things about the star decorations here. It's a pity that people don't visit here. Such a pity that apparently there's no real further variation on what the title text is after like the halfway point of the game. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna describe what's around us. Why are you still telling things at this point? Is basically what the game is telling you. What do you expect to find? $15, but it's in early access. It will have mod support and have an event editor. You have to do missions for related cases in order to stop an old god from coming through. It's kind of like Oregon Trail mixed with Yahtzee's The Consuming Shadow. That did kind of make me think of The Consuming Shadow, that premise. Even though pretty much my biggest knowledge of The Consuming Shadow is just watching Mike play it, I think. I did that, because I actually have owned The Consuming Shadow for a while, but I never actually played it myself. It's quick. I guess I should have seen this coming. Yeah, sure, why not? Try to play it safe with conserving HP at this point. And not attack the magical guy until last time. And that opportunity just goes away. But yeah, I'll have to look into it. And the final one of these generic rooms, probably. Blue decorating scheme makes this place feel so cold. Some warm tones would help. So very cold. Well, I don't know. Pretty sure that warm tones is just a figure of speech. Pretty sure that you could change up this palette as much as you wanted, and that wouldn't necessarily put a change in temperature. Like, if anything, I would say that having an opaque palette is pretty much the only thing that matters. Well, an opaque palette, and it's like the material that it's made from. There we go. Pretty sure this is the can't go through here unless you solve the puzzle. Once you solve the puzzle, we'll let you through. It's like the last thing you need before you get to the boss. This is an albino dino. Looks exactly the same as that stone statue over there. He's a guard for this palace. Never thought you could talk to these creatures. Wouldn't it be something if we made friends with these guys? You like facing us when we talk to them. Isn't that something? And yeah, you can get them to turn around like this. Pretty sure that's the deal. Have to get them to stand on these switches, but oh, you can actually go in between both halves of this room. And you can only push these things in the direction that they're facing, so you can kind of see what the puzzle is. For some reason I thought it was gonna force me to like go back out to the other corridor and go into this upper part of the room that way, but now that I think about it, I do remember this being at least having that aspect be convenient from previous times that I have played this. And unless I'm very much mistaken, there should be a means to heal and means to save right up ahead. Oh, they still say that even though we literally already solved the puzzle. There we are. Wish I had more star power, but I guess we're gonna have to make do with this. Well, how hard could it be? We have like 4 of the shooting stars. And some refresh items, so... There we are, a back door. I think it's gonna be a dead end up ahead. By the way, where do you think the star spirits are up to right now? Oh, out of nowhere. Who comes to my palace? Completely unrelated thought there. We don't really get any kind of explanation for like half of these fuckers came from the actual stage bosses, but... Like, what's the deep lore behind this guy? That he, like, live here? Even though it wouldn't really make sense with the backstory that's given to this place. Up until this point. Well, here we are. Alright, we finally arrived. Did you notice how the way my sprite is placed, it makes it look like my neck hole in my robe here. It looks like my mouth. Do you believe you can save the star spirit, but I'm afraid I won't let you. First I shall defeat you, then I shall present Bowser with an iced Mario gift. Let's kick some ice, etc. Here we are. This is the Crystal King, he's one of Bowser's main guys. I don't know how he managed to take over this palace, but... Got 70 health, 2 defense, attack power of 6, and he'll attack you by summoning and launching crystal bits. Power of each attack is 4, the number of times he attacks equals the number of crystal bits is deployed, so... I'll try to freeze you whenever he can. Also be careful not to miss part of the melody for this by having one of your earphones not actually correctly placed, which I had just a second ago. When his HP gets low, he may try to divide and conquer. The power of this attack is 8. You can hurt him only by attacking his real body, or you can just use, yep. If you don't know which one's the main body, you should attack all of them. Yeah, that's the main thing. You can need those attacks that let you attack multiples at a time by... Either by using a star power, which I wish I had more means to, or by using the, the shooting stars that we've been hoarding up until this point. We should probably attack these things first. Okay, one of them's down. And there we go. It's not too bad. And now the bits are gone, so I guess we just attack him. Yes, high defense. I momentarily forgot about that. Can't really do an awful lot of damage to that. To him right now. Just summon himself 3 at a time. And he resummons them. I might as well head and tattle this deal. Crystal bits are just pieces of the Crystal King, you can drop them with these. Most HP is 1 and they're only dangerous when the Crystal King spews them out. Defense power is 0, these guys are pretty weak, but they'll keep coming. Until you've finally beaten the Crystal King, so we're told him. Even though he does have different attacks, so it would seem, so... I'm gonna save my, my star stuff, shooting stars for. And shooting stars for when he starts doing different attacks, I say, even though I'm getting blitzed already. Okay, I should actually switch to a different party member now, like, I don't know, I guess what would be good since she can, just click through that defense, so it would be one of our better options. Let's see, hold on. I have 4 of those, and I can, like, do at least one of the 7 attack power things once I get 2 star power, which is about to happen. Let's see, 6 times 4 is 24. 7 on top of that is 31. I think we'll wait a little bit longer and then we'll start unleashing the other attacks that we have. Or not, hold on. We'll do this and Never mind, we'll actually do this right now. Be kind of a not very big brain move to not do this when at one of these strategically sound times to do that in, which is when he has those fucking things out. Yeah, he doesn't even. No, maybe that would have been an attack that would have like had the potential to freeze us if it actually had hit, but I guess it didn't. Well, there we go, we're getting him under half health. Oh, there we go. I guess it helped that I managed to block that. So he's gonna hit you even when he doesn't have those fuckers summoned. And now he's... oh, wait, what? He can fucking heal himself, I forgot that he could do that. But you can only do that like once, or twice maximum though. Probably only do that once. Can't remember that at all from previous times that I've fought him though. Doing it with you, but... oh well, I'm pretty sure this won't be a big deal after all. And now it'll be an even bigger brain move to fucking... use these. I guess just wait for him to do the same move again, so I can... oh, for fuck's sake. Not that same move again. One that actually allows me to come out on top, because... I think technically if we... you know, if we count the healing move as... or the health he gets back from the healing move as... I don't know, part of his total pool of health, that... pretty sure that means he has more health than the actual final boss of the game, which has like 90 or 99 health. He has 70 that he starts out with, and then he heals himself for 20 twice over the course of the battle, which puts him at like 110. Well, I guess we've gotten to the point where he's just completely predictable, so it's not gonna be a big deal after all. And if he doesn't do something stupid like heal himself yet again at the end of this turn, then it's pretty much done. Just gotta look, just to rub it in. And just to rub it in, I shall hit him with this sub-optimized jump attack. Oh, there we go, that's the extra stuff that I've been waiting for. I guess he should upgrade FP. I'm gonna be honest with you, I kinda want to upgrade HP even more. I'm gonna do it. Oh no, the last star spirit. King Bowser, forgive me. Watch my incredibly cool death sequence because I was such a well-developed character. Can't believe I just noticed the nick in my N64 controller wire. I wonder how long this has been here for. But at least it's basically still kind of intact. You can't actually see anything through it. Oh well. Yeah, I wonder what the Star Spirit's up to right now. I certainly couldn't tell you. Okay, there we go. We've gotten the final MacGuffin. We can go kill Bowser now. Clearly. It's like in Mario Sunshine. Save the last Star Spirit Kalmar, who didn't really tell us his name yet, but we get related through this text box narration thingy. From the Crystal Palace at the edge of the world. Now with the 7 Star Spirits together, he has the power to challenge Bowser and the Star Road. At last it is time for Mario's showdown with evil King Bowser. And Mario rescue Princess Peach and recover the Star Road, or will wishes forever go ungranted? I don't know. Say, narrator voice, what is your opinion on the canonicity of Mario World? Ooh, there's no music to introduce this scene, so you know it's important. I wonder what Mario's up to. As I know if I was helping him at all. Well, we kind of already know that. Well, we'll be fine. You should be proud of your efforts. Mario knows all you've done. And don't you worry, Princess, you'll be able to talk to him in person before long. Let's go back to the room, shall we? I don't know why I closed the balcony doors behind me when I came out here. It seems a little odd. But here we are. I think we get to play as her at all in this final interlude sequence. Can we have a friendly conversation for a change? Let me see a smile. Oh, don't be such a pill. But don't be hard to swallow. I'm not quite sure how to take that expression. Oh hey, didn't see this until just now, but Lambda has redeemed hydrates, which a little bit ago, but I could always use more, so here's just me taking another sip. She kind of tells you something that I started with a full bottle of this stuff, this mineral water, which it's freaking source barrier, and these bottles are not that big. They're only 330 milliliters, and yet there's still about half of it left in the bottle. In the course of like 2.5 hours that I've been doing this for, so it's not like I make the most efficient use of it to begin with. But let's see, you're stuck with me for a long time, beautiful. That still hasn't been the case yet, apparently. I'm gonna extend it even further. You better get used to it, because you haven't been here for like 30 hours of game time yet or anything. Mario's coming, Bowser, and you can't stop him. Oh, you poor silly girl. I'm invisible with this star rod, didn't you know? His history, get over it. Except apparently not. You're watching as we have an emergency. It better be important. I'm right in the middle of a friendly chat with the princess. Mario has now saved all of the star spirits. There is a chance he could come here using their power. Must make ourselves ready in case he shows up, which he's pretty much going to now. Okay, listen. Send everyone to their posts. We'll ambush him the second he enters my castle. Why don't you come with me to watch? You can have a front row seat to see Mario get crushed. Tie her up immediately. If she gets out this time, heads will roll. She's very much restrained immediately before anything happens. You big Koopa, show some respect to the princess. And what is this whiny little glittering thing? Confetti. He was just knocked out of there. I guess we just immediately cut back. We don't even know what happened to the star kid that went flying. And there we are. My name is Kalmar Mario. Well done. Thank you for coming. You have successfully rescued all of us star spirits. We are in your debt. Now all that is left is for you to challenge Bowser. My power should help you. To bring back the star rod, to beat Bowser, to bring the pieces back to the Mushroom Kingdom. And to save Princess Peach. I don't remember if we need to go back to Starborn Valley or if we need to go back to Shooting Star Summit to go to like the final town. There we are. Mario can now use up and away a new star spirit power, with which you can turn all enemies into stars, which I think kind of ruins your chances of getting any experience over them, though. So it's a bit of an not an X factor. God damn it! It's a term I'm looking for. I feel like there is something to describe what I'm thinking of, but I can't. It's not coming to mind right now. There's the rub, I guess. I could just repeat what I said a while ago. You must make your way back to Shooting Star Summit. From Shooting Star Summit, we'll prepare the route to Star Haven. Okay, there you go. Name of this route is Starway. When you travel this Starway, you'll finally reach Star Haven. Which we could do right now. And I guess we might, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a while before we actually go up to initiate the final dungeon. also have fun because we're not gonna make it easy for you to go back and return to any of the towns or the hub city from where you are. I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal at this point, it's just like, oh fuck. There's the realization that there's like a star piece there that completely did not remember you could get by falling there. There we are. At least I actually managed to catch sight of it. Now we could steal some of these items, but like, what are we even gonna replace them with? Maple syrup? I guess that would make sense. I mean, do we need to go back and pick up more pebbles? I mean, not until I actually got back to the screen that I know it hit me, or it... Yeah, pretty much that it hit me, and I remember that. Yeah, what you're supposed to do is... to do with the pebble is use it to basically get one of those items for free. It's its entire purpose. Let's see, what kind of, I don't remember, what kind of attack power does this guy have? 5. So it could be better, technically, could be better optimized. The main thing that you want to focus on for his attacks is that he doesn't actually touch the enemy, he uses a projectile. That is technically a benefit that you're supposed to exploit with a lot of these things that you go up against, but still not optimized. Only ones I think who have like maximized damage output at this point are Bo and Mario. I guess we're just gonna keep this guy out most of the time. And if we come down here, there's not gonna be another pebble to find. No, there is, okay. Oh, shit, I guess we're gonna go ahead and exploit this right now. Can't believe you can't actually farm pebbles like in Bloodborne. Here's my incredibly immersive, spooky experience in video games in the N64. Shit, no, don't put that back in there, hold on. Here. Let's see if we can pull off this con for a third time. Immediately. The answer is apparently yes. You can literally just keep doing this shit. We didn't even need to go that way anymore, so in theory we didn't have to put stuff back in there, but... You know, might as well actually put that thing to any kind of use, a pebble. Yeah, we need to, like, figure out where the final super block's gonna be. Guess I could actually go back and use some of this money to get a fortune reading for that. I'll be going around that way anyway. I think that the last super block is gonna be Bowser's Castle, though. Oh no. Oh, whatever. Let's see if we get any experience out of these fuckers at this point. The answer is apparently yes we do, but it's definitely scratch experience at this point. Guess we leveled up yet again. This animation's so quick. It's literally the only, well, not literally the only thing that makes sense. Like, it's one of two things that makes sense at this point, if we're being technical, is to get more levels is to either you know, actually go fight things in Bowser's Castle or to go farm the freaking Amazing Daisies in Flower Fields, which is gonna be our final resort once the enemies in Bowser's Castle also start giving us nothing but scratch experience. But who knows how long it'll actually be before we get there. See how much experience this guy gives us. We got 2 right now, and after this guy dies we get just 1 more. That's kind of disheartening. Not here, but we might as well kill everything in our path. There's no reason not to, really. There we go. There we go. And that's the final thing that we have to fight on this path, so like pretty much everything between here and the city that we have to go back to should be completely safe at this point, I think. Unless they actually start spawning enemies on this path, which they do. Fuck, I forgot. They actually start showing up here after Junior Troop is gone. Not like it makes a huge difference. But I also want to make a huge difference as far as trying to get me more... what do you call it? Trying to get me more experience. And that's not something that reassures me. We recovered a negligible amount of star points just from killing the stuff on the path, I guess. So far. This will put us that much closer to actually getting another level now. But it's definitely gonna be a while before that actually happens. Okay, we're back here. Yeah, I wonder how, or if anyone around here is gonna have any new text. Apparently this guy does. This guy was filled with so many beautiful stars last night. It was really incredible. I think it's quite as beautiful as it was when things were peaceful in the world, but some of the brightness is back. Somehow. I guess we got 1 more star rescued, but that was like just now. I never had problems in Silver City anymore. We have 1 guard and 1 gatekeeper, that's plenty. Events are saying that the monster is gone for good, and we can safely travel outside the city. Only hope the rest of the world becomes peaceful as well. Why do you just love junk? When I'm beak deep in junk, time just flies on by. I don't even care what goes on in the outside world. Or what? You're fighting Bowser, or are you crazy when the world's going on? But apparently I don't have time to get my beak covered in junk. To bury my deep in junk. So, it snows pretty much every day here in Shiver City. Every day's fresh Potter Day. And you gotta come back here once peace is returned. Show you how to make the perfect penguin snow angel. How are you holding up? I fight for peace and justice too, you know, in Shiver City. Good luck with saving the world. Actually, that makes me want to go back and check something out if I go back to Starboard Valley at this point. The world is at peace. You can see the star kids rising to the sky from Starboard Valley. It's a really beautiful sight. Is that like the little baby turtles that like fucking come out of their shells on the beach and crawl to the ocean? It's like such a cliched thing. Okay, good. The gold bits have not come back. This screen is safe for the time being. Come this way. Oh shit. And avoid confrontation because I'm just too lazy at this point. And make it over here. Gonna be any changes over here. What's Starhaven like? I'm gonna go there before we even get to, aren't you? Oh. It'll be as bright as they used to be back when the Star Road was in Starhaven. You've the last Star Spirit, congratulations. Potter doesn't stand a chance. I'll get the Star Road back as having in no time. I still haven't found out Star Kid has been playing hide and seek, or could it be? Still hanging out in the same place, he's not even hiding anymore. I'll have to get the Star Road back. These poor Star Kids, until the Star Road's back, they can't rise up to the sky. Our spirits are all back in Starhaven. Hooray. Means the day when these little Star Kids might rise up is coming soon. Oh boy. To describe any of them as gamers. I've dreamed about that day for so long. Well, really see any new people around here, so what one of the NPCs said a while ago might have been just a complete Josh, I don't know. All the Star Spirits have finally returned, what a joyous day. When you see the Star Spirits and they ask about us, tell them that we'll be good, so they'll let us rise up as soon as possible. Well, I mean, that's one way for a kid to talk. What do you say? See me glittering, etc. So that dude doesn't even say anything different. But yeah, at this point everyone in this area is saying the exact same thing. Help save the last imprisoned Star Spirit. I saw your triumph in a vision. Finally, it is time to take back the Star Rod. Fate of the stars rests squarely on your shoulders. Good luck to you. And here's a toad house. What does this guy say? You've saved all the Star Spirits, now you're going straight to Bowser's Castle. So it seems. But first, okay, so we didn't really learn anything new here. Or see anything new. Couldn't manage to outrun all of them, I guess. Sure. Let's try this one. See exactly what happens here. Because I honestly don't remember exactly. We're gonna find out. Okay, so they just leave. But I'm pretty sure that also means that we get no star points for that. Yep. That's pretty much the same as the ability. Well, we get coins for that at least. That costs how much? That costs only 2 star power. I guess it's a fur trade. Which pretty much the same as the ability Showstopper, I'm pretty sure, in second Paper Mario. Pretty much trading in the ability to end the battle quickly for the experience that you would have gotten. Okay, we've done it. We can go to the final couple of locales in the game now, if we would like. Well, if I would like that right now, but I think I would. At least go to the final town, but I'm not gonna be doing the actual ending of the game yet right now. Mostly because there's a bunch of crap that I want to look into before I actually go to the final dungeon, as I've said. I'll be cheering for you to beat him. When speed returns, I want to go visit Toad Town. I want to go visit the Great Mario's house, too. Oh. Return to visit someone's private residence might be a little too much as a public attraction. But yeah, pretty much the other penguins in this place are saying the same stuff that the people in Starborn Valley were saying. You're just some ordinary person in real life? What do you mean? I'm also gonna have to fight the master at some point in the dojo. Heading to Bowser's Castle to try to save Princess Peach and all the others, yeah. But I might follow the mayor to Toad Town and I haven't seen him since. Do you think he was captured? Guess that guy didn't hear about what happened when we first got there. But yeah, time to return over to Shooting Star Summit and see what we got. So much we gotta do before we can actually end the game. Need to get all the recipes, we need to get all the badges, we need to do all the fucking Chuck Quizmo quizzes, of which we've barely done a quarter of them. So I hear. Done all of Koopa Koot's favors, though I'm pretty sure that's something that we've completely gotten out of the way. Actually, I'll talk to him right now and see what he says, because the last time that we did that, he pretty much gave the generic response of, yeah, I don't need anything right now, but I bet I'll need something later, but very good soul for helping this old Koopa so many times. I have one last favor to ask. That cat Bowser, you must defeat that evil King Bowser once and for all. Your children of this village will never sleep in peace as long as Bowser rules, which for nothing more than peace and a reason for my fellow Koopas to hope again. So there you go. A much indicator that you've done everything that guy asks you. Here's this fucking guy. Well, let's get one more question out of the way for the quiz. How many star spirits do you have to save? Well, none, not anymore at this point, but 7 in total, I guess. And there we've done it. Chipped away at that yet again. But yeah, other than just checking out what it's like in the Star Valley, I don't even know like what I really want to do. What's I'm gonna be wanting to do in the stream at this point. I think we can probably just gonna be ending it soon after check out the new area. And let's blow some of our money on badge from here, I guess. Have we? Earquake, group focus, and another HP plus. I think we'll get an HP plus. Also get this one. I like, better get that one first. Let's see, what do you have to say? Up on Shooting Star Summit there are these two siblings. Sure, that's the same thing that you've been saying the entire game. Badges. Yes, we've been utilizing badges. The time has come, we're gonna take him on. Doesn't Bowser scare you? Got guts, Mario. That monster's pretty huge. Maybe you were afraid but are going anyway. That's even more courageous. I have a feeling that our beloved Princess Peach will return to us soon. All because of you. You work so hard. You're the greatest, man. All you can save her, so get up there and do it. And we shall. Let's check out the notice board here. Shiver Sensation, Mario Master's Crystal Palace. Mario went to the Shiver region to look for the last star spirit and discovered the legendary Crystal Palace at the top of Shiver Mountain. This palace is said to have been built and dedicated to the Star Spirits. Bowser's evil followers, however, had taken it over. Mario put those goons on ice and saved the last Star Spirits. Now with all of the Star Spirits together, they're on their way to Shooting Star Summit. It's finally time to head for Bowser's Castle. Good luck, Mario, but also... Stars, it's a heart, now I can draw a music note. I love scribbling, a little toad, so I guess... In that case it was actual scribbles, but that doesn't really explain their presence in other normal dialogue boxes. Just little heart symbols and junk, but... I will wish a simple wish that Toad Town would return to its peaceful ways. Perhaps this time it is you and not the stars that will grant my earnest wish. I am filled with excitement to go forth and good luck. And conquer, and show that there's nothing they can do except surrender, but... That you are going to defeat Bowser, so our fair land will once again find peace. Please succeed, Mario. We're not even gonna actually look at you when we say this, though, so we two toads can stay together forever. Actually, deign to address you at least, for once. Rally people, big news. Our hero Mario is finally going to Bowser's Castle. Bring back good news, Mario, good luck, Bowser's going down. Fight hard, be strong, etc. Well, there's not much we can do, but we'll be rooting for you anyways. Let's see, does this guy have anything new to say now? I guess so. Into the vast stores of information I've gathered, there appear to be soldiers called the Koopa Troll guarding Bowser's Castle. They're nasty and moreover you can't jump stomp on them because they're fitted with special spiked armor. And there are creatures called bony beetles as well, they can also extend sharp spikes. When you head to Bowser's Castle, I would recommend that you take along a spiked shield badge if you have one. Anything else? Okay. You know a fellow called Goompa in the village. In olden times he used to be a famous fighter. His name is all over the copy of the Fighter's Almanac that I happen to own. He was an unrivaled champion. He'd knock out his enemies one after another, using his greatest move, the multi-bonk. When he was younger, he traveled the world looking for someone to challenge him. In fact, Goompa taught the dojo master here in town. Doesn't really tell me anything useful though, but... In the frozen heights of the north, there's an icy peak named Shiver Mountain. Legend has it that deep in the mountain is a mystical fortress called the Crystal Palace. The existence of the palace has faded from people's memory in this day and age. Nobody remembers where it is or how to get there. You can see why folks call it a phantom palace. There's hope though, according to my sources, the famed archaeologist Colorado has immediate plans to search for and rediscover the legendary crystal structure. Didn't know that we've already done that. Just the other day I was fortunate enough to read the most fascinating book. This book said, and I quote, "The evil king chortles and a sacred rod and 7 lights fade into darkness. A lovely maiden rises to the heavens. But lo, a hero clad in red appears and travels the world. He gathers around him 8 who are pure of heart. The hero restores the 7 lights and they raise him high into the sky. 8 who are pure of heart." Is that separate from the 7 lights? On the airy heights, the hero clashes with the evil king. The lovely maiden wishes. That's how it ended. Nobody had turned out the rest of the pages. Now I'll never know the ending. Why can't I log up to some books? Well, people who make Tumblr crafts for one thing, but I think I have heard this kind of story, but I'm not sure where I read it. I wonder what that could be trying to evoke. Okay, so now he's repeating himself. Let's talk to these people. What do you say now? Family means more to me than anything in the world. I'd be a hero like you, but as a father and husband, I'm doing my best. You're finally on your way to save the princess. Hurry to her. You told me about you. You're trying to save Princess Peach and the people in the castle, aren't you? It's pretty cool. You're the 2nd coolest guy after my dad. To the stars that I'd become a strong boy, but then Dad said I should wish for you instead. Told me to wish that you would beat up Bowser. I wish really hard. At this point, we're kind of fighting for the ability for any of those wishes to have any kind of merit, I guess, but... Well, that might be a bit premature, but... Well, let's see what's going on at Mario House. Princess Peach is still cut way up there in the sky. We'll have to save her. I guess I have nothing else to say right now, though. Let's see, we do have... we have 60 star pieces left to go, but we basically collected 2/3 of them already. We need like 20 more badges, 21 to get all of them, which is... I don't know how I should feel about that, considering how close we are to the end of the game, but... quite a lot of those recipes. Feeling that whenever I stream this again, probably in 1 or 2 days, I'm gonna be focused on like looking for recipes at first. Now let's see. Dear Mario, how are you holding up? Sunny in Flower Fields, peace has returned here. Lily's in her own little world as usual. Rosie's spreading a rumor that you're interested in her. And Petunia's singing your praises across the land. As you know, I can't move from this spot, but I'm content to watch the bubbles frolic. Good luck to you, Mario. All the Flower Fields is wishing to the stars that your dreams will come true. Right, so it's just generic praise. Also, let's see, start having new in Luigi's diary. Somebody said to me that a way will open when you use a scarf and bucket. What? Scarf for a snowman? What do you need to melt him? Do I need to like insulate and maybe do the opposite of that? Yesterday I got stuck in a trapdoor when I was entering my secret room. Have I been using it too much or am I putting on weights? Better avoid it to make it open easier. Does that mean that just jump on it and it'll activate? No, we have to actually stop it. And there we go. Get even more of the deep lore of Mario with this extra text you can collect. Well, let's actually head for Shooting Star Summit now. Of course, I don't know if I'm gonna be attempting to like beat up the final Formula Master before or after I actually beat the vanilla game. What else I'm not actually sure about yet is, even though this is 100% run ostensibly, I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna attempt the 3 anti-guys boss fight or not, because that's technically the hardest possible fight you can have in this whole game. But I don't know, it seems like it would take a lot of optimization that I don't necessarily have to actually survive that. Let's see, love letter to Bombette from Bruce. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Times like 20. Please understand how I feel, I love you. Well, that's appealing. Better to watch from her mother. I wonder what's mother would be like. When we started your safe, I was so worried. When you first disappeared, we were completely baffled. Nobody would help us and we couldn't find a clue. We went to Tow Town and heard about the toy box. I was pretty sure you'd be okay in there for a while, but I was still worried. Please give my deepest thanks to those who saved you come home soon, so... There's like a deep story about what being kidnapped like in King's Quest 3 or something like that. I guess if what's like a little Sparky, which is one of the enemies from Mario World, and the mother would be a hothead, I don't know. Probably not Tina that line of thought just because something. She's really gonna take me anywhere, the answer is no. But like I left her from home. You're Spike, you turncoat, you're hanging around with Mario, I'll never forgive you, big traitor. I heard that your real name is Lucky too. I never heard such a silly name, I'm gonna call you Lucky from now on. The only way you could earn my respect now would be to beat Lord Bowser, yeah right. Do that and I'll forgive you, Flight of Team Lucky 2. Well, I guess that's gonna happen. So clearly it works out. Let's go ahead and make it up here too. The place. And we reach the final part of our destiny. Mario, can you hear me? my static key text box, I'm gonna open the entrance to Starway. Enter this path without fear. The Starway continues all the way up here to Starhaven. These 7 star spirits will be waiting for you here who wish to give you your remaining power. This power you will be able to stand up to the star rod Bowser holds. Oh, here we go. I guess this is kinda echoed in the second Paper Mario game. It's like all the 7 MacGuffins that you've been holding on to so far are gonna open the way to the endgame. In a big flashy sequence. Must be, yes, this is the legendary Starway. It's a path formed of actual stars. It's actually beautiful. Also, I'm pretty sure just completely, oh fuck, calcinate you. If it were a real thing, but I forgot that there was anything in here that would try to kill you, but it makes sense. This is an Ember Safari Monsters Force 1 Uncanny Blue Fire, which I didn't remember would be in this game, but max HP is 10. They look frosty, but they're actually on fire, so fire attacks won't work. They can divide themselves when they're attacked. Keep attacking them though, and you'll get them eventually. Probably fight back their attacks. Usually deal out 3 damage points. Water attacks will work well. I don't even know if we have any water attacks, I guess. Just Sushi's attacks. I just realized that I haven't like gotten any health back from. Yeah, we know what, fuck it, let's just do this. Not, or yes. Wondering if there was gonna be a way for me to hit the door in the back before I did that, but I guess not. Maybe it didn't split up that time. And we got lucky. Wow, we got 6 whole star points from that encounter. Kinda don't want to fight too much in this state though, so I wonder how viable that's gonna be. Because I think it's gonna be like one of these fuckers around. But I have ludicrous speed that I can use to get past them. Well, there's definitely gonna have to be like some grinding going on soon. I get the feeling we'll get to those guys eventually. Oh, here we are. Oh, it's not so bad. It's Starhaven. This place is so peaceful. And here's a Starhaven resident. Doesn't look well. Doesn't he know that we rescued all the star spirits? How dare he be concerned with maybe other things? There used to be a lot more shooting stars, but that was before the star rod was taken. Beautiful, this place was incredible back then. It's complete garbage now, I guess. Looks like he doesn't have a care, even though Bowser still has the star rod. Probably thinks he can't help. Tell the truth, he probably can't, but shouldn't he at least show a little bit of concern? Well, I mean, I can definitely advocate, like, not really concerning yourself with stuff that you can't do anything about. It's like, why bother? First heard that all the star spirits were captured and the star rod was stolen, I lost it. Figured this is it, this is the end of the world. But now all of the star spirits have safely returned. It goes to show that you never give up hope, so we hear. What about this guy? I believe that everything will be fine since the star spirits have returned. There's still work to be done. I'm sure it seems great to have the star spirits back, but the fight's not over. Well, pretty much. Happy day. Guess we'll all wish upon a Mario from now on. Every star owes you, Mario. So that these wish granters aren't more energetic until the star spirits are lively. Just like conformist, I guess. When the news first hit that the star spirits had been taken away, a friend of mine was so shocked that he got sick. Shining light faded way down to a mere flicker. Since the star spirits have come back, he's regaining a healthy glow. You're a lightsaber, oh Christ. And this is another one of those occasions when I just feel tempted to look for the whatever the original script said. Oh, I guess this is where we have to go. This is the place you see in the opening of the game, which means I won't actually go in there just yet. This building, this palace is incredible. Look at this architecture. Yeah, well, I'll look at it again some more in just a second, but right now it's time to look at other crap back here. What happens if I come up here? What will I discover? I guess there's a shop. What did you wish? Nothing, I guess. I realize that life shrooms cost 25, which is seems like a pretty good price for that kind of thing. There's a toad house and there's a shop, which means what's up here? Generic house. But with hope now that the star spirits are back, it must be tough to wish on a star when you happen to be a star yourself. Really. It gives me great joy to hear of the star spirits return. My only wish now is for the return of the star rod. Seems so odd. Star making a wish. Is it really that odd? If anything, you would think that maybe they would be in an advantageous position because, you know, they actually know how the process is done, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see, this isn't even a toad running the toad house. And this is like the only toad house in the game with no toad. This is supposed to be just like a generic inn instead of an actual toad house, but it's the same deal with the same mechanics and they don't even charge you anything. Oh well, time to actually go in here and see what happens. Everything seems to be shiny and glittering in here. I feel like I should shield my eyes or something, like in Willy Wonka with the teleporting thing. But we finally made it. Time has come to take the fight to Bowser's turf. Hold still while we seven join together to bestow upon you our final power. I've been waiting for this time to come. You can now use Starbeam, which doesn't do anything normally, but specifically for fighting Bowser. If you use this power, you can drain the power of the Star Rod whenever Bowser uses it. And one more thing, I have one final gift which should come in handy. It's just gonna be the thing that we use to get to the actual castle. You know, it's at this point that I realize that we technically have not started Chapter 8 yet, I don't think. This is the legendary starship of Starhaven. Bowser's keeping his castle way up in the sky. With the ship, however, you can reach it. Climb aboard onto Bowser's castle. I will always be with you whenever you are in need. Use our powers to help you. But, well, I don't know, are we forced to? I guess we're not forced to actually get on the ship yet, so technically can turn back at this point and not initiate Chapter 8 yet, so which we don't actually. I wonder if I'm gonna be needing anything from here. Probably not. We'll look at whatever's in the shop here. It's just like stopwatch, shooting star. Other than the life shroom, nothing here seems particularly something that stands out. Well, I think I'm just gonna be making my way back to the Toad Town. Oh wait, this fucker's here. Let's try the quiz, I guess. Elderly Koopa Troopa who always asks for errands to be run with. It's not Koopa Crab, it's Old Coop. Even though it's a totally plausible name. I guess we're actually gonna be engaging things on purpose. As we make our way down here, and I get that much more experience, I guess. There we are. Well, I get the feeling that fighting these dudes, the Embers, is gonna be pretty reliable way of getting to level 21 before we even get to the beginning of chapter 8. But right now I'm probably just gonna call it as soon as I actually get back to the regular town. Just because even though it's not even that late by my standards lately. Combination of various things, not the least of which being my forcibly adjusted sleep cycle, which is about the only way that I can actually adjust it at this point. It's making me lose more and more energy earlier. More and more energy to the point where I can't even pronounce things. I just keep on using this power. I just recharge it again instantly and another Toad Horse enemy. If I'm farming the embers for experience, it would be more sensible to just let as many of them split up as possible, because then you get more points out of that, I'm sure, because it's, I don't know, 2 points for every individual one that you actually destroy, so let more of the individuals spawn, then you get that much more experience, but survivance also getting important, but that was a big factor in that last set of fights. Something that makes me neurotic, to be sure. And well, I don't know if maybe I should have initiated the 8th chapter just because, well, never mind, this did change. But maybe this would change after if I came back here after I initiated the final chapter, but let's see. Spirits at an all-time high. That Mario has found a way into Bowser's castle. Local folks can help, but expect that our princess and her castle will soon return. Several shops even appear to be planning welcome home sales for the return. Wherever you look, hope shines in people's eyes. Will our fair town return to normal soon? And on that message corner. Lord Bowser, we were beaten. Don't get mad, please. We all did our best, I swear it, Bowser's underling. Oh. They're incredible, the level of depth that they have. Oh boy. Just a little more and I could afford the Mega Quake, but I guess not right now. There's 2 more coins and I could afford the Mega Quake. And then I would have no coins. I'll go ahead and sleep and then try our best not to sleep yet in real life, which is basically my struggle at the moment. But I was gonna hit the save block. I don't think there's even anything else that I can look at the moment. I pretty much took care of all the extra stuff that I could have done, like, you know, looking at the letters and delivering the letters that I had. Done that already, the stuff that I've come across. And all that's left to do is the actual endgame as well as the post-game stuff, so we'll start working on that again. Whenever we come back to this. Soon. But right now I think I'm gonna call it. Call it and possibly have like a flashback to high school where I would kind of doze off in the middle of like the ethics classes that I had, and then like as the fucking instant that those classes ended, I would just get up and I would have energy again. And it was a mystery to me. But yeah. I'm now clicking at stuff in the background as I usually do. Distracted, but well, let's see. Yeah, sure, hope I get the same luck, because here I go. I'm pretty sure I did. No signal, now there's even less signal, because I just turned off the power to the little capture thingy. By disconnecting the USB thing that powers it. It's still showing up though, but not anymore. But what will be showing up now is the return of my music playlist with something a bit louder than Bona Fide. And that song from Lux Payne, which is one of the obscurest visual novels that I could think of personally. Something from the Fallen London soundtrack on mobile. It's a game that I stopped playing quite a while ago just because I don't know, I just didn't care as much about the friggin' weird Neil Gaiman-esque tone. But hold on a second, let me hit press on this thing real quick. Paradigm might have changed slightly. Changed, dear. Oh boy, Twitch is like not even showing me right now which people that I know are streaming at the moment. Okay, there it goes. Needed another nudge, I guess. The first one was not enough. But yeah, this might be one of those increasingly rare occasions, apparently, where I might actually be able to do a quick read. So, unless it is so. Let's see what people that I know are on right now. There is a certain person called Game Tracks who is playing To the Past apparently for the first time. There is Alex the Red, we know him, a friend of the stream, playing something called Project Warlock, apparently checking out whatever it looks to be like a Doom-like. Perhaps or in terms of mechanics, judging by the UI of it, I don't know. And there's Opricat playing her Warriors. I think out of the stuff that I have visible on here, that's pretty much what would be. There's also the Midnights playing Factory 4. I don't know how much longer they're gonna be going for. I feel like I should know this, but I don't, unfortunately. Oh, let me see. Yeah, this is an appropriate soundtrack shift for my complete indecision. Indecisiveness. Okay, I actually didn't even touch anything, but I still got a sudden ping from the microphone arm. That's kind of special. But I guess I might as well try. Try to put two thoughts one after the other, I suppose. But I think what we're gonna be doing is basically eeny meeny miny mo, which is to say going with one of the two technically closest thematical options we have now, which is Zelda, which is in this case specifically Hyrule Warriors, which means we're gonna be ready for cat. Hey, it's Ben Jordan music. Actually used the ending of the last Ben Jordan game. The music for the beginning of the last Ben Jordan game as the final song in a video game music guessing game not too long ago. That's pretty, that was piano themed, so that's pretty appropriate. What are we gonna be rating Alpricat, who is playing Hyrule Warriors right now, as I mentioned, so you'll stick around just a couple of minutes longer for that, and probably will be back with more Paper Mario. So I'll try to stream again tomorrow. Hopefully not completely lose my drive on my win over projecting, which to actually start the stream and not lose all my energy like I did yesterday, tomorrow. Pretty much moving on to the end game and doing end game stuff, trying to get like as much stuff as possible before we actually challenge the final dungeon. And then we'll be back in the weekend again with more Xenoblade Chronicles again. To actually do as much of that as possible. Xenoblade Chronicles 6, that is, might be a bit more grindy this time, because I'm apparently in very dire need of trying to master as many classes as I can in that game, but anyway, the raid's about to happen, so y'all take it easy. Thanks for coming like always. Thanks for chatting, always right whenever people chat, and I will see you later.